Floyd and he was me,
Yeah.
he wouldn't never have to fight again because that exhibition shit,
Yeah.
as me being his little brother, hey, little bro, we finna do 10 rounds and we both gonna get 100+ million for it.
Right.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well,
Right.
well, I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Right.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes. Got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see him jump in whenever they go live. Peep it. His channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdu shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. "4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
What's good? What's good? Salute to the Jusdu family. How y'all feeling on this good Wednesday? Man, we are back to get boxing this Jusdu how we always do. Y'all already know, man. You catch this on the playback. Smash the like button, sub to the channel, turn your notifications on, and come holler at your boy, man. Come say what up to a player. I want to say happy 14th birthday to my baby girl. Daughter do, my baby girl Kyla. We're gonna enjoy it. So we're gonna build for a little bit. And we're gonna get out the way, man. Jordan Smith, what it do, my guy? For sure. We're gonna talk about it, man. We are gonna talk about it. Grant was good with it. Grant Oliver in the building. I don't think that proves he ain't ish. You know what I mean? Ace was good with it, family. All love. Al Booger, my guy. Miss Joette, peace to the queen. How you feeling? Appreciate you. I will let her know. Thrill Hill, my guy. Lonnie Lee, what it do, bro? How you feeling? Melanin Queen, peace to you as always. And we appreciate you. From my view, what it do, my guy? Samuel, what's good, bro? How y'all feeling on this good Wednesday, man? You know, y'all in the mood to build on the little, build on this boxing with the voice. I mean, we're going to chop it up. We're going to talk about this card, It's announced and, over here, I like to put things in its proper context. Of course, narrative free for me. Narrative free. But nonetheless, we got a fight card October 12th. Am I excited? I like the card overall. I like the card overall. Am I excited about Joe Cordina getting an opportunity to face Shakur coming off a knockout loss in his first fight at 135, getting a title shot? Absolutely not excited about it. But I got a different feeling toward it, obviously, because when you put things in its proper context, you tend not to blame the wrong person. I see. I went on Twitter before I got up here for a few minutes, right? And probably less than 10 minutes. I'm telling you, for a fighter that nobody likes, for a fighter that is boring and all this type of stuff, scared to get hit, defense not all that good. All I seen was Shakur this, Shakur that, Shakur this, Shakur that. I'm like, man, I think a lot of people are just misunderstood. Like they just don't get it. You get what I'm saying? We put all the onus on the fighters for who they fight. I seen somebody say he sold out for the bag, all types of stuff like he duck tank. You just name it, they saying it right now. And none of it could be validated with no real information, no real insight. It's just people speculating and guessing, shooting in the dark, if you will, hoping they hit something. And that's what's been going on. I called it in advance, so I'm not even surprised by it. But I will say it is a little eyebrow raising the amount of negativity that's coming from this fight. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, we're going to talk about it. We ain't here to complain, man. It's always the next man up. I don't believe no fighter should sit around idle waiting for no one opportunity at all. That's just not how business works. That's not how somebody that's trying to stay busy, stay active would move. So again, I'm just all about providing context. You could trash the fight based on the circumstance that it was set up, right? Like people went from thinking that him and Tank was possibly fighting to even maybe possibly Zepeda. Now you're hearing Joe Cordina. So it's just like, we seen this coming a mile away. We seen it coming. Milan was good with it, fam. In Turkey is Jarrett, but gets no love outside of the black YouTube. I mean, I guess because people be like network banging, if you will. Milan Zoom verse, my bro, what's good with it, family? How you feeling? Man, core fans blaming Tank Jusdueboxing. I don't think it's core fans. I think those are Tank haters, bro. You know what I'm saying? I can't speak for everybody. I'm not trying to call everybody a hater, but anybody that's saying that it's Tank's fault for who Shakur is fighting, that's silly. I mean, look, I get everybody's sentiments, but it's just not that cut and dry. It's really not. Can you really blame either fighter if the offer is not on the table for either guy? You damn sure can't blame the A side the B side for not making a fight. He can't offer the fight. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, they say anything, and those are not real fans. They not, yo. They not. They really not. You know. And look, it's how you get there. It's how you get there, Milan. We ain't gotta love this fight. You get what I'm saying? I ain't saying I don't love it, but what my issue is, why put all the blame on the fighter? We legit. You watch somebody say no. The speculation with Tank, the people could have that. That's a dead conversation to me, because until somebody can prove to me that it was an offer on the table on either side and somebody walked away from it, I ain't trying to hear none of that. That speculating ain't gonna cut it for me. You know what I mean? I speak to a lot of the same people some of these other guys speak to, and that's not something that I'm being told is even an option right now. Not for the next fight for sure. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk fashion. Remo is in the building, man. Another dope episode, by the way, bro. Another dope episode. But look, so we here to talk about it. We just didn't expect this, bro. It's not about justifying it. I just feel like, if you're Eddie Hearn and you trying to alleviate this guy of, negative press and you just negative, titles and quotes and articles and all that, you figure you would do a better job at getting them somebody different. You know what I'm saying? But again, the issue I think is what happens when a fighter says no. You get what I'm saying? And I think for me, as long as people put it in its proper context, I could rock with it. Yeah, we could say, yo, this ain't it. Like he deserved better. Realistically, I feel like that. I feel like he deserved better, but it's very frustrating on both ends, because it's on one end, yeah, he deserved better, but just on the other end, these so-called better guys, when the opportunity is there for them, they choosing to do otherwise. That's very frustrating. I can't, kill and bash who he fighting, at least without putting it in its proper context and saying, bro, these dudes is saying no to fights. Like, I don't understand what else he's supposed to do. You get what I'm saying? Salute to my brother, Lonnie Lee in that Cash App. He said for the baby girl. Shout out to my baby girl. Happy 14th birthday. And Lonnie Lee, well, I'm going to see if she's going to pop up here. You know what I mean? Tell her to come say what's up to the family. Appreciate you, Lonnie. Always supporting the grind. Always supporting the family.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Shout out to my brother Lonnie Lee, man. Johnny, what it do, fam? Shakur not like that. Look, you can have that argument by yourself if you want. I mean, you got to be able to base it off something. You get what I'm saying? Lisa Smith, peace to the queen. How you feeling today? Always good to see you. Not bad to have a 2-time IBF champ on your resume. From my view, listen, we going to talk about it the right way over here. Joe Cordina is not a bad fighter. The fight just sucks because of the circumstances that surround it. Like, it's hard to spin to the boxing world that this guy Cordina should be in line for a title shot at 35 and his first fight coming off a knockout loss. So, you know, it's only so much I can say about that. I'm with all of y'all. I didn't see this coming, but there's something interesting that I seen on Twitter, and I hope y'all, if y'all familiar with Jake Donovan, he's well involved in, you know, he's connected to the people. His sources are always valid. He did have something interesting that he put on Twitter. I'm going to pull that up in a second. So just so we all on the same page, because I want to make sure we all on the same page. I am 100% with y'all about this knockout loss title shot opportunity for Cordina. I feel like Shakur Stevenson being a 3-division former unified lineal champion and all that, I feel like he deserves better than that. But at the same token, you know, I see where the blame is going. People like, hey, man, Turki this and, you know, Eddie Hearn that. What did Turki say initially? What fight did he say he wanted for Shakur? He wanted Williams Zepeda. If he accept, Oscar accept, Shakur accept, we make fight. Like, it's that simple. But somehow people are forgetting that was the initial option. They making it seem like Joe Cordina was plan number one. This was the plan all along. You get what I'm saying? And just to make a comparison, it's much like when Isaac Cruz got an opportunity to kind of fill in, you know what I mean, when Tank's initial opponent fell out, right? It's similar. It's more like a replacement. This is not his initial option. This is not somebody that they was targeting initially. It was Williams Zepeda because people said that was the dangerous fight. That was the fight that was going to push him. And you get what I'm saying? And right on par, he said he needed more time is what I'm hearing. But Jake Donovan had something very interesting to say. You know what I mean? Sonny was good with it. You can duck a fight that was never offered to you. You know what I'm saying? You can't duck a fight that was never offered to you. Should have fought more tired, to be honest. Credible win, name, willing fighter. The problem is, Milan, when was that opportunity for him to fight Muay? When was it ever on the table? You get what I'm saying? Now, you see Robert Garcia saying if Zepeda said no, then they next in line. But that created some confusion because now you got Joe Cordina in the mix, right? Smack dab in the mix. So, you know, Muay was never a real option. On his last fight of his contract, people were saying he should have fought him then. He didn't have no say over who he fought the last time. You get what I'm saying? He just had to fight who Top Rank put him in there with. Richard Paz, what it do? My guy Reef was good with it, bro. I think Eddie Hearn, Ozzy feed Cordina to give Corey opportunity to obliterate dude and look great getting a KO. I think he gave him an opportunity too, Richard. It's not all bad. I think he gave him an opportunity to appeal to a different demographic, different fan base, fight in front of a different audience. And you kind of salvaging the date for him. You get what I'm saying? People thought it was going to be Zepeda. But, you know, I think he might have other plans. Right. And other top lightweights said no, or they promoter not going for it, taking Shakur. What happened when it happens? That's what I'm saying, Reef. It's not somebody ducking each other. Like, you can't duck something that hasn't been offered. If you can make sense out of somebody ducking something that was never offered, then, you know, I would love to hear the explanation, but you just can't do it. You know what I mean? I'm not excited. I'm not over the moon about it. Cat Sports, my guy, was good with it. Rock Store, from my view, was good, fam. I don't think Shakur getting any chance to fight top-ranked fighters. Didn't he lead him? Yeah, he's a free agent, and I think in some ways it provides, obviously, flexibility and some freedom, but in other ways it can make it, I think, challenging to make certain fights. And I think people are totally disregarding the business aspect of it, and they just full out complaining about it. You get what I'm saying? Joe Cordina is Eddie Hearn fighter. It was an easy feeling for him to save the situation if Zepeda was going to be out. You get what I'm saying? Any other time, right? Any other time, we'll say, well, why work with X, Y, and Z if they ain't got this and that fighters for you? So it's a lot of the fighters that people was naming that are not Eddie Hearn fighters. Joe Cordina is. And you don't have to justify a fight. You just put it in its proper context. Is Joe Cordina a bad fighter because he got knocked out in his last fight? Absolutely not. He had he strung together about 4 straight good wins, you know what I mean, that of some substance, you know what I mean, before he suffered that one defeat. You get what I'm saying? And like I said, you could overplay your hand. He stayed at 130, one fight too long, and he shouldn't have been in there in that last fight, and he got pummeled, you know what I mean? Anthony Case pummeled his ass, you know what I mean? So, Mark West, what it do, my guy? Salute to you. Appreciate everybody, wishing the baby girl, a happy birthday. Much love to everybody. Tony, what's good with it, fam? So I have Arthur versus Dmitrii and my aunt. This fight is so close. I think it ends in a draw just so. Oh, nah. Hell nah. It's going to be a winner. Either Dmitrii Bivol going to outbox him or he getting stopped. That fight ends one or two ways, in my opinion. I feel you. You feel like you draw. That's an interesting take for me. I feel like, it's either going to be a knockout or the decision win for Bivol. You know what I'm saying? I think if Beterbiev only went one way, and that's knocking you out. If he's able to be successful, it usually leads to a knockout. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I see it. You know what I mean? Either knockout win for Bivol. Beterbiev, or decision win for Bivol. So we're going to see. We're going to see. But, I just had to address the fight, obviously, that everybody feel like they so disappointed with seeing. You get what I'm saying? Look, you got to do what you got to do at the end of the day. Your career got to continue. And like I said, people, sometimes we rush situations and we got to pump the brakes because there's been zero evidence that they've been negotiating outside of a brief phone call that was mentioned. That's not much to go off. So it ain't much you can make out of that. You get what I'm saying? That don't sound like an offer has been made or none of that. I mean, sound like it was very early, if anything. So again, it's gonna take more than one phone call to make a fight like that. I got Bivol with 1,000 pillow fist punches. Bivol got a solid pop. He's just not a puncher, but he can get your respect in there. 704 Joe, what's good with it, man? She says you need her just do. Salute to my baby girl. She gonna make sure she gets her just do. Ready to go night. Yeah, right. Salute to my baby girl, the queen, Miss Just Do as well. So yeah, man. It is what it is for me. I'm not here to cry. Look, we could do it like this. I'll even pull up. I'll pull up Joe Cordina's record, resume. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got the worst resume in the world. This dude wasn't just some stir-fried garbage. He just got caught out there. He got caught slipping. You know what I'm saying? How many fighters we see stay at a weight class too long and suffer the defeat? A lot of guys don't make it out of that. That's just not smart. That's why when your body says it's time to go, it's time to go. And Eddie Hearn did the same thing to Raymond Ford. Gave him another opportunity at 26 instead of letting him go up to 30 where he belonged, and he end up taking a loss. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that loss ever happens had he been at the right weight class, the proper weight class. So, you know what I mean? I just, we touched on the documentary about the weight cuts and how dangerous it is, right? So when you look at boxing and you hear a guy clearly about to go up after his last fight, and then he stick around one more time and you see him look compromised in the ring, end up getting stopped. You know what I mean? I'm not going to blame it all on that dude, fought his ass off, but still, Cordina definitely was compromised. His mobility was. He just didn't look like he had the same bounce and energy that he typically operates with. So he paid for it. He paid the ultimate price, and that was a TKO stoppage in the 8th round. And it was a bad loss for him, which is why now people don't want to see him in no title shot after the last time you seen him. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. He was getting punched on. Stay in a weight class. Yeah, fighters stay in a weight class too long. Back of their mind, they feel their pain. They'll transition to a bigger weight class. Yeah, man. Sometimes, yeah, you can stick around too long, and it could cost you. And I think that was the situation with, Joe Cordina, just being real. If you actually watch him, yeah, he was punching. From my view, he damn sure was punching. But again, Joe Cordina is more responsible and active, and alert defensively. Like overall, he just looked like a compromised fighter from an energy standpoint. And when that's compromised and you're not being able to be on your toes and your legs are not there, like you just hear from Andre Ward. Like Andre Ward said, man, that's your first line of defense, man. You need them legs. And if you look at the Raymond Ford fight and you look at Joe Cordina, they both look compromised as far as in terms of movement and mobility. Neither guy looked like they had the juice that they needed to really fight. You know what I'm saying? Ricky Williams, my brother, what's good with it, Rick? How you feeling? Yeah, man. Nah, it's all good. Rick, he did say it though. He did say that. But I know he, he made light of it, and he definitely specified for the people that's saying F him, he like F y'all too. You know what I mean? But that's a slippery slope, and you want to be very aware when you putting out general statements, especially regarding the fans, because people are very sensitive when it comes to boxing. And them spending their money with you, for the ones that actually spend it too. You know what I'm saying? But just want to be mindful. Oh, so yeah, man, that's a good question you asked there, Tony. About Luis Alberto and his brain bleed. So again, you got a guy in Shakur that's been facing a ton of flack and backlash for his style and his lack of entertainment and excitement, right? His lack of ability to get these KOs and all of this stuff like that. Then you got a guy like Luis Alberto Lopez that's all action all the time, and right, he's the opposite, right? He ain't worried about getting hit, and then you see him get knocked out by Angelo Leo, and now suffering a brain bleed. But people out here talking about excitement and what's born, and ain't nothing exciting about catching a brain bleed, taking punishment. Like ain't nothing cool about it. And I truly respect the fighters that understand that and display it and demonstrate it on a regular basis in the ring. You're not in there to take punishment, man. And shout out to the great SOG, Andre Ward, the Hall of Famer, man. He said it best. There's different ways to show dog. And again, it ain't all about taking punishment. And it's damn sure not all about throwing punches, too. You know what I mean? Felix Nunez, what's good with it, fam? Finally getting it. Beterbiev and Bivol? Lara, what's good with it, fam? How you feeling? So I seen Boots versus Barrow might get made. Yeah, that'll be a unification too, Rick. Right up his alley. That's what he need. That's what Boots need. That's exactly what he need. That's exactly what he need. Boots to be right on point. You get what I'm saying? So I agree. Barrows goes out like Via. Yeah, nah, he gonna do something. He gonna do a number on Buddy, man. He gonna do a number on Buddy. I ain't gonna lie to you. Shout out to my brother D1, man, in the Cash App for daughter B-Day. Family, that's love, man. Make sure she gets all this and she know for sure. She right up with in the other room too. Shout out to my brother.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, right. well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Much love to my bro. Yeah, man, it's starting to learn about the sweet sounds because of guys like you and D Free instead of focusing on just entertainment and knockouts. Right. And look, I'm not telling people not to like what you like. Knockouts sell. They're very entertaining, very, pleasing to the eye. You know what I mean? I'll give you your money's worth. But some guys that's just not who they are. And I'm not so stuck up on this entertainment aspect that people talk about to the point where I can't appreciate a master class boxer or a guy that can totally outclass the dude in front of him. You get what I'm saying? It's about getting that hand raised by the referee at the end. Facts. You know what I mean? Fight your fight. Most importantly, fight your fight. Take this fight for a showcase, audition for Maximum. Shakur Maximum audition for what they could do for him. Yeah. With the notion that Zepeda is out, right? Remo, it's a feeling. I think people they ignoring it. And I hear people keep saying De Los Santos. He on that side. He's not an Eddie Hearn fighter. Now you just gonna facilitate that fight. Like, people just be throwing out anything. You know what I'm saying? And that shit don't make sense. I even heard somebody say Kid Austin. Like, man, y'all acting crazy, bro. Y'all acting crazy. Yeah, people be pissed off when they want to be, right? But look, check this out. International core is loaded, man. International. He said, "LOL, I'm not fighting for y'all no more. F y'all. International core active now, chasing greatness." You know what I'm saying? For y'all that's killing them in the comments. All I seen in Twitter is Shakur this, Shakur that, Shakur this, Shakur that. But look, check this out. This is something that I seen that caught my attention. That was interesting, right? Yeah, we see the poster. We see Joe Cordina happy. He excited. He talking about see y'all there. Glad to be back on the big stage, all this stuff. And I seen this from Jake Donovan, who's very credible. You know what I'm saying? And he said lots of rumors flying around regarding Shakur Zapata. He said, closest I have to an official update now from 3 parties involved, though not WBC, was today's purse bid was postponed. He said, understandable. Today is funeral of Donna Martha, the dearly departed mother of Mauricio Suleiman. So yeah, so that's why the WBC probably wasn't present in those discussions. And then he also went on to say, if one more person sends me that goddamn poster, he said, yeah, I saw Turki's post. Shakur still has to get approval from WBC to move forward with Cordina fight. To do that, Zapata has to step aside. He said that has not happened yet. Interesting to say the least. I gotta say, it is interesting. Kirk Douglas, what it do, my guy? How you feeling, bro? International core, yeah, let them stay mad. Everything about John, like, you got to take advantage of this. I see people being mad at it, but it ain't nothing to be mad at. I keep saying this. He don't pick his fights. You can't turn down. You can turn down. You can't duck something that wasn't offered to you. If him and Tank is the fight, I'm more than sure he's not going to be the one sending the offer over. So, and that's not even a indictment or jab at Tank. Nobody knows what their plans are, as I said from the rip. So in the meantime, Core said he's just going to keep moving and doing what he's doing. So I'm hearing this was like a one-fight deal kind of set up. So if that's the case, I don't know what the panic and fuss is all about. It's only one fight. You get what I'm saying? I don't think that removes anything off the table for him. You get what I'm saying? Especially if it's just a one-off. So it's unfortunate that, you know, we got to deal with this misinformation or this confusion and this mess that typically is created when guys are not for sure about the opportunities in front of them. And like he's saying to his knowledge, what he understands, that, you know, Zapata ain't said no yet. He ain't stepped aside just yet. So we're gonna have to see, man. You know what I mean? Right. Absolutely, Tony, man. We all students, man, especially for the most part. We all students of this game, man. You know what I'm saying? We all learning every day. So I never, I can't attack people for, you know what I mean, adding to the conversation. Lonnie Lee, my guy, man, always showing love, much appreciation, bro. Just talking to the YouTube engine. We had to get just to 100K. That's love, man. Always supporting the grind. Appreciate you, bro.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Shout out to my guy, Lonnie, man. Don, what it do, fam? I don't know about that. This fight ass. I think the circumstances that in which it was set up, you know what I mean, in which he was fighting this dude, like, right? If this was maybe Joe Cordina without a knockout loss on his record, maybe people would receive this fight a bit differently, right? Maybe if he already had a fight or so and looked good at 35, maybe people would accept this fight a little differently, right? I think the fact, like as I've been saying, not to, beat a dead horse, but people ain't feeling seeing him get knocked out and now getting rewarded with a title shot in his first fight at 35. Simple and plain. And they feel like there's more viable options out there for him. Better options, better opponents. But I think when you talking about who he dealing with and the side that he on, I think that takes some of those dudes right off the table. You know what I'm saying? I was hoping that too, Don, because they were saying, not they, Robert Garcia specifically said if Zapata says no, they're next in line and they ain't turning it down. So, and with Jake Donovan saying this, you know what I mean? He hasn't, to his knowledge, he's like, it didn't happen yet. So I think it's still early. October is a ways away. I don't know. You know what I mean? We just have to see. You know what I mean? Play it by ear. You know what I mean? This is one of those Bubbers, Eubanks temperature checks. I'm telling you, it is. Of course, Cordina is the main event versus Raymond. Yeah, Raymond, but see, yeah, I get it, but I don't know what they're going to do with Raymond. Personally, want to see the title defense versus top 10 contender. I do unifications. Yeah, man, that's what, and I feel like that's what these champions should be allowed to do, Richard, like compete in unifications. But when you add politics into the mix and you see that Baranchi got a belt and that's top ranked somewhere he just left, I definitely don't feel like they confident that they can go in there and take the WBC off of Shakur. So I know that won't even be an option, and it's unfortunate. That's the crazy part about it. And then you got Loma blowing in the wind, doing whatever it is that he doing. So it's tough, man. It's tough. You know what I mean? But I'm past, like I always tell y'all, I'm past the narratives and the BS, bro. You only can take the opportunities that's presented to you. Although this might not be the best one, Joe Cordina, like I said, is still a solid fighter. He's a good fighter. You know what I'm saying? He's strung together his last 5 fights. You know what I mean? Miko Kacharan, who was 13-0. You know what I mean? He beat him. You know what I mean? Kenichi Ogawa, 26-1-1. He beat him. You know what I mean? Snatched up that title too. You know what I'm saying? Stopped him in 2 rounds. He fought Rachmanov, who was 17-0-1. Beat him in the 12th round. He fought Edward Vasquez. Shout out to my guy Ed McQueen. That's his boy, 15-1. Then he fought Anthony Kukase, 21-1. And that's where he got the knockout loss. But if you see the 4 fights before that, 15-1-0, 17-0-1, you know what I mean? 26-1-1, titleless, 13-0. You get what I'm saying? And not just the records alone. Those people are quality names that he faced. You get what I'm saying? People just don't do the homework. You know what I mean? D for the win. What's good, my guy? How you feeling, bro? So Mercury Rising was good with it. It's all good. Shout out to you. William Old School, my bro. What's good, fam? He looked better than Cordina. Who that? I probably missed what you said. More time hadn't been looking sharp at all to me. Yeah, he struggled his last fight against what's the name? Yeah, it's not a main event fight, Zoom. And that's why I think it's fitting to be on the co-main. You get what I'm saying? And Gertz, what to do, my guy? And like I said, I always say, I'm all about context over here and putting things in its proper context. And they just didn't stumble across this dude as a first option. It's very frustrating to see that these guys that are more quality, a guy with more experience as a professional in the ring than Shakur in terms of number of fights, and Zepeda would just be kind of dragging his feet at an opportunity to fight for a title, but benefit of the doubt, him just having a baby boy or something like that and wanting to spend time with his family, he's completely entitled to that, and I respect it. But it, like I said, it creates this ripple effect, this domino effect. Now that you couldn't get the next best thing, obviously outside of the Tank fight and as a Zepeda for yourself, now you left to deal with what's left. And then people have this unrealistic expectation of which guys should be available, and they don't even know. You get what I'm saying? Eddie Hearn, Cordina's on that side. It's no surprise that they pulled somebody that, he works with over there. You know what I mean? Fighting words with Bang. Shout out to my God. Peace, bro. How you feeling? Everything good over here, man. Always good to build with the fan. Ted Farmer ain't no slouch. Nah, he's not. But Mordecai just been having some rough outings. And the last 2 to 3 fights ain't been his best showings. You know what I'm saying? He got dropped recently. I mean, it is what it is. Still a good fighter, still improving, but he'd be kind of cutting the line a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't see him doing it. I don't see them moving way up the line. But like I said, it'd be way better if he was fighting Shakur as opposed to, Joe Cordina. And then, like I said, it's frustrating with this Williams Zepeda situation because if you know Jake Donovan, he ain't just posting. He's credible in what he's saying. So he's saying that he don't even know for sure. He's saying it didn't even happen for sure yet. That Zepeda step to the side. So that's weird. And he's saying he needs approval by the WBC as well to move forward. So it's a lot. I just don't know how they could approve this fight like that. Yeah, I don't. Man, it had to be a better option, man. That's frustrating. You already know Tony always over here, man. Gotta leave room for the conversation, bro. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely, Tony. Absolutely, bro. Like I said, we all students of this here game, man. This here boxing game. So we all learning together, you know. But yeah, man, it is what it is. But overall, man, this card is not bad. It's not bad. Like I said, I ain't here to be crying and complaining so much. Aside from the co-main that people ain't feeling right. I think you got some interesting matchups. Camille Sarametta, Chris Eubank. It's a cool scrap, man. Cool little scrap. But I tell you what, that rematch, Fabio Wardley and Fraser Clark, it's a damn good fight, y'all. That's a damn good fight. J.O. Pataya, Jack Massey. J.O. Pataya is, jury's still out on him. A lot of people high on him. He's a damn good fighter, but we want to see what he brings to the table. Got Ben Whitaker, who's a showman. You know what I mean? Sky Nicholson on the joint, So it's solid. Then you got that undisputed fight between Beterbiev and Bivol that Ben needed to happen, like yesterday. So I ain't mad at it. Cuzzo, what's good with Ashley's corner in the building? How you feeling, Cuzzo? Good to see you. Mm-hmm. So yeah, man, Prize Fighter TV. What's good, my guy? How you feeling? So it's some solid matchups on this card, man. You know what I'm saying? It's some solid matchups. Could it be better? Yeah, but I'm glad we getting that undisputed fight that has avoided us for so long. You know what I'm saying? Finally, we get to see that. Sky Nicholson is an upcoming good solid fighter. Ben Whitaker, another one, prospect. He about 8-0 now. He's exciting to watch. You know what I'm saying? J.O. Pataya. And I said that's one of the sleeper fights, maybe one of the best fights on this card might be this rematch between Wardley and Fraser Clark. That's gonna be a good one. Y'all hit that like button for your bro, man. Give me 2 seconds. Let me grab some water, y'all. All right, my bad, y'all. I'm back. Pardon me, y'all. Boxing talk up north. What's good with it, bro? How you feeling? Yeah, I think he definitely working with Eddie. I think this is a prime example of that. He's working with Eddie based on the guy that he got him. He got him fighting in Joe Cordina. I think after Zepeda obviously said, not right now, or he's spending time with the family. It's the next man up, and the next man up happened to be Cordina, and I don't think nobody feeling it, right? Appreciate you sliding through too, bro. You already know, man. We locked in, man. We're going to keep putting out this unbiased content, man. This unbiased, balanced content. But yeah, man, look, overall, this man ain't able to pick his fights. We know that. We had higher hopes, higher expectations. It is what it is, man. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. It's more of the same. The better guys are saying no. The lesser guys are saying yeah. It's the story of his career, to be honest with you. So people could blame him. You could say he doing this, say he working backwards, say it's a bad look. You could say all that. I think the real bad look is when you start getting your ass beat. So at the end of the day, he only could do what he can do, right? As a fighter, his job is to be ready and handle business and knock down whoever they put in front of him. Meanwhile, I keep chasing down these bigger names. You know what I'm saying? So I never thought that he was getting taken next. So I did think it was a very good chance he was getting Zepeda. I even got word, you know, directly from the source that was the fighter that they was lining up for and preparing for. But like I said, with the addition of Zepeda having a baby, you know, some bit of dragging the feet on his behalf, and I could understand that. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you, Ben. You already know, man. Dante's Boxing Talk, my guy. What's good with it, bro? So it's trying to make people, people abduct these narratives getting crazy. Yeah, they just keep creating them out of nowhere. I don't know where they're coming from. Legacy, what's good with it, fam? The thing is, you can't duck something that ain't on the table for you right now. And that's what people don't want to accept. That, you know, a lot of those narratives are coming with the idea that they feel like some type of offer has been made or that has been a real option that he just chose to go in the opposite direction of. And I just don't think that's anywhere near the truth. You know what I'm saying? That stuff gonna come out. That stuff all gonna come out in the wash when it's all said and done. Like I said, Malik K, what it do, man? So Bivol, you think Canelo will rematch him? No, I don't think we'll ever see that again. I think Canelo know what it is with Bivol, and I don't think he's trying to lose. I think he's trying to take all the fights that he feel like he could win from the rest of his career, and I just don't feel like Bivol is on that list of guys that he feel like he's gonna beat. I personally don't see it. You know what I'm saying? I don't see him beating Bivol or even fighting him again. Mess around and get worse for him. You know what I'm saying? But I don't see it. I ain't hear him say which fight was bigger, but I would disagree. There's no way a guy that's not even participated at 35 is a better fight than a guy that's been there and beating guys with 30 plus wins or whatever the case it may be. So I think when Turki says that, I didn't hear him say it, but I think him saying that is just, that's him having that promoter type hat on. You know what I mean? Because think about it. They never going to come out and say a fight is bad. We going to do that. Like skillfully, this is not a bad matchup, like as far as him being a fighter. But the optics and guys coming off losses, getting title shots never look good. Like, look how people complain when Sebastian Fundora was getting an opportunity, right? He was getting an opportunity after getting stopped and people wasn't feeling it. You know what I'm saying? But he went out there and won. So there's that. I mean, you got Errol Spence. Same deal in the same situation. Coming off a knockout loss, moving up a weight class, and essentially is supposed to be getting a title shot against Sebastian Fundora. It's the same thing. But, you know, it's going to be more public outcry with Cora because the block is hot with him. And he ain't necessarily people's favorite at all. So anything he do is going to be magnified times 3 times 5 times 10. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you just only could fight who they put in front of you. You know what I mean? And keep winning. And that's what he got to do. You know what I mean? Overall, this card is solid. It's not no blockbuster card or nothing like that. But to have him as a co-main event is pretty interesting. But it does give him an opportunity to fight in front of a different audience, different demographic. You know what I mean? Maybe pick up some different fans, make some more money, obviously, stay active. There are some positives, some pros, but overall, there's going to be a lot of complaining, especially if you're going to go out here and stop him because you already see people pushing that narrative. He got to stop this dude. If he don't stop this dude, and just because you got stopped in your previous fight don't mean the next guy got to stop you, even if that is a better opponent that you're facing. What people fail to realize, as I stated earlier, Joe Cordina already had plans on going up, but stayed put for the opportunity, and it cost him. So, truth be told, he could find himself being a lot, healthier, fresher at the weight class because that's where he belonged anyway, right? So there's that. You get what I'm saying? So it's not all bad. He's a good fighter. He's a former world champion. Do I think he should have been an option at all coming off his situation? No, but what could you do? Cry? You know what I mean? It's nothing you could do. It's not like Shakur said, handpicked and, give me Cordina. He was all on board for Zepeda. It seemed like all systems was going that. And then at the last minute, we get some disruption. So. Remember that, Cuzzo. That was a classic. The block is hot. The block is hot. It definitely is. This block definitely hot. You know what I mean? For him anyway. So he can't do nothing right at this point. But like I say, that's not for him to worry about pleasing all the fans. That's a battle he'll never win. All he can do is prepare himself to the best of his ability for Joe Cordina. If it's Joe Cordina October 12th, then that's who we gotta fight. You know what I mean? So people say you can't justify it, and you should, you don't have to. It just is what it is. It's not one of them crazy cards. It's not or crazy fight. It's not one of the names. It's not. Nobody thought this dude is even a possible opponent because he ain't had one single fight at the weight class. So again, it just is what it is. I see Shakur going out there being victorious. Do I feel like he got to stop him? No, because he's not a knockout artist. So I ain't gonna just say he got to stop him based on the guy being stopped before. You know what I mean? I think that's stupid to say, but it is what it is. What he got to do, though, is go out there and show a clear separation in skill level and talent and dominate this dude. Don't let it even be remotely close. You can't struggle at all. You get what I'm saying? None of that stuff. 16-year-old Wayne talking about the block is hot. Right, remember? Ain't even on the block, just rapping it, though. Just rapping it. Marcel Triggs, what it do, fam? Peace. Appreciate you. I'm training for a fighter for 6 months, but then in the last minute, the fighter pulls out. But then the fight happens the day before because of an injury. I mean, yeah, it's always tough to adjust if you preparing for months on end or weeks, should I say, on end for one guy, and then it gets switched at the last moment. Good thing for him is early in the camp, and I don't think he's at the point where he was preparing the entire time for just to pay the ride. I think it was real early because he just had posted a couple of days ago camp, camp day one in camp or something like that. So I don't think it's too far along yet where he's been put together a game plan and strategy for one guy and then had to switch it. I think this happened early enough. And like I said, if it's any validity to what Jake Donovan is saying, which I believe is, he's saying, it's not even for sure that, Zepeda stepped away. And then he said the purse bid was postponed. Mauricio Suleiman's mother passed. So it's some stuff going on. So he said he will have to get approved by the WBC to move forward with this situation. So that to my knowledge, it hasn't happened yet. But we see the posters. We see Cordina talking. We see Cord reposting it. So it is what it is. Yeah, facts. Marcel just beat his ass. Gotta beat his ass. Just keep doing what you do. You can't be nobody else. You can only be you. Just go out there and whoop his ass. And let the rest handle the rest, bro. Because it ain't nothing you could do about the rest. You know what I mean? Keep working. Keep beating ass. And you know what I mean? Just keep being you. Fight your fight. Ignore the outside noise. Stop fighting every battle on Twitter. It's draining. You don't need to do it. And again, until somebody can show me that Shakur is able to handpick his fights, until somebody is able to show me that Shakur is not the one, being turned down, then I'm past all the complaining, because we really never putting it into context. And every time he run into this shit, literally been happening since he got to 35, getting there. Guys getting the opportunity and making excuses, going in the opposite direction. Literally, he had to go all the way down the line. That's how he ended up fighting De Los Santos. All that stuff get kind of like pushed to the back burner, and we keep complaining about who he fighting without putting this proper context that these so-called threats, these more dangerous guys, they keep saying no and having other plans and going other places and going another route. Meanwhile, you got an Oscar De La Hoya has been on record over and over and over saying he was going to put Shakur and Zepeda in there with Shakur. Now you see there's more bullshit. So is that all on Shakur? No. Keep winning. Keep winning. Ignore the duck talk. We ain't hearing none of it. And it is what it is, man. October 12th. Until I hear something different, it's looking like Cordina is hit the sweepstakes right now. And I don't mean it in terms of, but I don't think he deserved his opportunity. Verse Happy, what it do? And you already know, Bang, for sure. Just let me know, bro. You know what I mean? We definitely could build for sure. Appreciate you, Tony. Much love, man. Appreciate you, Gertz, man. Much love to you, man. Yours was yesterday. Damn, happy belated, bro. I didn't even know that. Happy belated born day, yes. It is the baby girl birthday today. I got me a 14-year-old, man. Going on 30. You know how the baby girls be. 14 going on 30. Yeah, for sure. Just let me know, bro. We make that happen. Ain't no thing, man. I'm on IG too, JustDo_boxing if you need to hit me. You know what I mean? Link with me or something. She is 15. My bad, y'all. I said 14, 15. I'm tripping. Damn, players mess up. Players mess up. You know what I meant. You know what I meant. CJ, what's good, my guy? How you feeling? You know what I meant. I still feel like I'm 37. You know what I'm saying? Somebody asked me that, I still say that. I'm getting old. Don't do me like that. Appreciate you, cuz. I appreciate you. But yeah, man. Let's run through it. Fabio Wardley and Fraser Clark. They had a great fight. If y'all not up on either one of them, stick around, pay attention to that one. Yeah, if y'all watch this card, definitely stay tuned. Be on the lookout for that fight. I think that's gonna be a sleeper fight on that card, man. Or maybe people expecting it to be good. I don't know, but that could be potentially one of the best fights on the card. Them dudes was bringing it the last time they fought each other, and they fought to a draw. So I definitely want to see it. Yeah, players mess up. She gonna put me out there talking about I'm getting old. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. You know what I meant. You know what I meant. And I seen somebody ask about Turki Alashikh earlier, man. Let me play this little clip right here. Somebody had something very interesting to say about Turki Alashikh. Let me play this.
He comes in, he pushes everyone aside. He's kind of disrespectful. I think he's a royal and he's a little disconnected from the world, right? When you grow up in that environment. And he's going to make some mistakes, man. It doesn't take a rocket scientist. The only thing that he's got going for him is unlimited bags of money. And if he didn't have that, he wouldn't be here. And he's willing to lose that kind of money. And he's the only guy willing to lose that kind of money. Saudi Arabia is the only country willing to lose that kind of money, trying to finance professional sports with the excuse that it's for tourism. So I don't buy it. I think he's indulging himself. He's having a good time. He's excited. He wants to sit ringside with rappers and fighters. That's what I see.
I said some of that too. I said some of what he just said too. I think he enjoying the show, the ride. In the meantime, he's put together some solid fights, a couple solid cards, right? I don't think it's all bad. It ain't never gonna be all good. It's gonna be some hiccups and some things along the way. I said some of that same stuff. So he's still fairly new to this stuff. And like I said, he come from something different where everybody, your excellency and all that bowing down stuff. So I think the way he come across sometimes could be a little too blunt and a little borderline. It could ruffle feathers, right? I don't think it's ill intent behind it. Because obviously he getting people in these rooms and being able to work with them, which is a good thing. Eddie Hearn was on record saying, he didn't like him initially when he first met him either. He didn't like him at first, you know what I'm saying? But ended up talking to him and getting to know him. And here they are now doing business. Now, it's unfortunate that the first order of business is them lining up a Joe Cordina fight where I feel like they could have got something better. But again, Turkey did say Zepeda, so I can't forget that. You know what I mean? That's not fully all on them. They can't make these fighters get in the ring. They can only provide them the opportunities. It's up to them to say yeah to these opportunities, right? So that's my biggest thing. Like, it's not wrong with people criticizing Joe Cordina knockout loss, but let's still keep it in perspective. One loss don't mean you done. One loss don't mean you can't get another opportunity. Is it an ideal situation to get this opportunity? Absolutely not. And you know, it's tough to sell it, right? With there being other guys out there. You know what I'm saying? Especially, you know, dudes that have been campaigning at 35, obviously. But they had to, you know, I think they had to salvage, you know, the date for him. And, you know, the fact that Shakur's been over there with Eddie Hearn, shaking hands with him. They've been talking. Then you got Turki in the mix. Eddie Hearn got the fighter. It's an easy fill-in for them. So that's what they're looking at. But like I said, outside of the opponent, he got to handle business and he got to dominate. But there's other people that, you know, he can open eyes to. And maybe that's what he need to focus on, man. You know what I mean? Focus on the things that you can control and look at the good in it, man. As long as you're not a guy that's turning down smoke, ain't shit you can do. You know what I mean? You ain't making these fights for yourself, and it's going to continue to be that way. The sport, and it's all good and fun. Good fun. Yeah, it is. I love it. I be having fun with it. First Havoc was good with it. He doing more than bad. People just mad because he changing the boxing model little by little. Yeah, and people you know, in boxing are creatures of habit, man. People don't really too much care for change, right? They like things being the way that they are. You know what I mean? The way that they always been. But when people see change, they don't necessarily immediately take to it. Sometimes you gotta you know, see some shit shake for people to really appreciate what Big Turk is able to do, man. But I think overall, man, he providing a platform of opportunities, and it's like you either want the opportunity or you don't. If you don't, cool, then he move on. If you do, then he gonna do business. And one thing I did like is the fact that Jarrett Anderson lost, and even though he lost, he got knocked out and all that, he still look at it like, hey, man, that's part of the game. We still gonna have opportunities for you. You know what I mean? If you want them, and I think that's dope. You know what I mean? Behind the Hands TV, my God, what's good with it, bro? The bud became a free agent. We saw how hard it was for him to make fights, right? Shakur has got a fight as a free agent in a matter of months, right? For sure. Andrew Gray was good with it. He said, I need some business with John Fury. Let me knock that loudmouth old head off. I got my money on Will. For sure. What's good with it, Drew? Crucial content in the building. But yeah, man, that's a good point. And look, I think he got a good team, bro. I think he got a good team behind the hands. I think he got a good team. It's just so much that people, I just don't think, consider, nor do they understand. You get what I'm saying? So I don't think he's fighting a bad fighter in Cordina. You know, like I said, it should have been something different. You know what I mean? And that something different, I think, was a pay to. I don't think it was no immediate great plan B after that. You know what I'm saying? I think once plan A went awry a little bit, that's what they was left with. And they made a move, salvaged the date, and there we go. So Cordina, your head will be on the stick come October 12th. You just in the way right now. You in the way. You in the way. It's cool. Core gonna get you out the way, and we're gonna keep rocking. You know what I mean, Reef said Turkey had some mistakes, but he has done good, significantly more than bad. I think so too. He's helped Bacoli become a star after a lot of heavyweights were avoiding Bacoli, but Jarrett took it. Turkey was willing to. Right. Damon was good with it. Yeah, they up and down. Right. Yeah, they'll get used to it, man. They'll get used to it, especially if he continue to move in the forward, you know, forward and give good fights, better cars, good fights. As long as he's able to do that, I think people will rock with him. Anthony was good with it, man. I don't think it's a bad look till you get knocked out. You know, I think you just think about this. What's a worse look? When you get to these guys that's supposed to be challenges, they say no, and then you left to fight less. You get what I'm saying? That's what the bad look is. The bad look is you got dudes like, and I hate to bring him into the mix, but he's part of it too. You got guys like Loma. You know what I mean? A wealth of experience. A title is talking about not being in the mood. You got like guys like Williams Zepeda getting the opportunity after his promoter put his name in the hat several times over. You know, and nothing wrong with spending time with your family, but it's just disappointing because that should have been the option. I think people are forgetting that. So it's like, I don't know who else was he supposed to fight after the you know, after the Zepeda thing. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to hear the Tank fight. I don't think that's serious. Knight Rider was good. Level fighter Abdullah Mason should be fighting next. That's just me. I don't know why. Look, I ain't knocking it, but Joe Cordina is a former champion. Outside of that loss, he's a former champion. Abdullah Mason ain't fought no former champions. You get what I'm saying? I think we severely you know, crushing Joe Cordina. I think I hate to say it, damn, we really not giving this dude no kind of credit because he lost. I can't do that. He won way more times than he lost. You get what I'm saying? The dude, what is he, 17-1? He's 17-1, 9 KOs. I just read off y'all his last 5. You know, the TKO loss in his last fight. Before that, he fought 15-1 Edward Vasquez. He fought Rachmanov, who was undefeated, 17-0, 17-0-1. Kenichi Ogawa was 26-1-1. That was the IBF title. He stopped him in 2 rounds. Then he beat Miko ass. He beat him up, who was 13-0. Joe Cordina he fought some solid competition, and he was an actual champion. Defended his belt. I mean, I think he stuck around at 130 too long. He definitely did. He was supposed to go up after his last fight. The fight before that, when he beat Edward Vasquez. He was supposed to go up. You get what I'm saying? So this dude not only won a title, got a couple title defenses before he lost. Dude, Mason, the guys that he's fighting respectfully, they like ranked in the 200s and 300s, stuff like that. Gert, you a fool, but you my boy, man. What you think about the rumor? Bud versus Triple G, Triple G or retirement? It's tough. I'm not completely surprised by it. I heard something about if Bud don't get the Canelo fight, Triple G could be an option or retirement. Look, man, if we dragging Triple G out of the retirement that he's already been in to fight a guy that could be soon retiring, I don't know exactly what that does. Is that a money fight for Bud? I'm not excited to hear that. I think they playing around. For me, I wish Bud, and I can't tell him what to do. I'll support whatever move he make, but I ain't trying. Triple G, I think he done. I don't think he coming back. He look like a retired baseball coach or something right now. High school baseball coach. Jay Howard, what it do, my guy? Bud versus GJ was about Turkey. Oh, it's not true. Okay. Yeah, but just the thought of it'd be a little sus. But I think Bud should campaign at 54, man. I think he got some smoke down there. I think he got some great fights he can make. And he could potentially try to run the table and become undisputed again in another weight class. I think it's dope. All right, with Schofield, now Zepeda. The thing with Schofield is he's ranked over there in the WBA, Marcel, and then he over there with Golden Boy as well. And they've talked about wanting to fight Shakur and said Shakur ducking and all that weird stuff. But the truth be told, they're not in position to fight him. I think Kid Austin got, 14, 15 fights? It's not a bad number of fights, but I just think he ranked with the WBA, not the WBC. And I don't think Oscar foolish like that. And the dude coming up to 135, coming over a knockout all shot. Yeah, nah, I get that, Anthony. I get it. But you just consider his circumstances is different now. No promoter, free agent. Some flexibility there. I hear this is like a 1-fight deal right now, like with the option to still potentially fight Zepeda if it's not now. Like, so just gotta let it shake. You know what I mean? It's very early. I know people a little, obviously disappointed because it ain't a better name, but like I said, let's put it in its proper context. Zepeda, if you don't fight him at all and you end up fighting a lesser guy, I'm gonna be very disappointed. Mason and Shakur. I mean, Future, I think it's very early, and I don't think they'll fight because they both with the same people. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere again. In fact, yeah, he promoting his sports drink. P. Hunter, what's good with it, fam? BVO, what's good with it, fam? How you feeling? Bubba's Charlo's the next money fight for him. I think Jay Howard, I think that's a great fight for Bud. Moving forward. A Charlo fight. They got history. They don't like each other. It's something people still, I think, it'd be entertained by. Charlo, I don't care what nobody say. He's still the man that beat at 54 to me until I see somebody beat him. You know, obviously outside of Canelo, that was what it was. He went in there and took the opportunity, dared to be great, went and got that bag, right? Nothing wrong with it. Get your money, especially when you got people like Shadeja Sweets Green. Shout out to the soon-to-be champ. I keep out there because she is the champ in my eyes, but shout out to her, man. You got these fighters out here fighting for free, fighting for McDonald's, all types of stuff like that. I ain't never knocking no fighter for going to get their bag. I done heard enough stories, and I can't wait to be able to talk to more of these fighters and hear a lot more of their backstories. You're never going to hear me complaining about somebody going to get no money. Never, never, never. They legit got these fighters out here fighting for free, fighting for meals, fighting to basically stay alive. That shit is different, man. I'm going to always rock with her. Shout out to Shadeja Green, man. She going to be champ very soon. Nuggets and burgers, man. And you telling me that's not somebody that you could get behind 1,000,000% easy, man. And that I was behind her 1,000,000% before that. Now I hear that, it just, man, I'm so that, man, I can't wait to see her back in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Thomas Hill, my guy. What it do, my guy? He said, what up, Cordina over Moritai after sitting. It was running with the Cordina mentionings. The Prince, he highlight Robert Garcia. I think the thing is, bro, is the order of things. I think the fact that Eddie Hearn is in the mix gives Cordina that push, right? Because now you see what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying? That's helpful for him in that regard because he has somebody pushing him, and it's like an easy feeling. Oh, Zepeda, like, nah, okay, cool. Well, look, Eddie Hearn, like, look, I got Cordina. You get what I'm saying? And I think that's just how it went. People mad as hell at Corey. You got to do what he got to do, bro. Got to do. That's why I keep saying, man, somebody showed me that this man is turning these fights down, and that's why he fighting these dudes. But instead, it's dudes turning him down or not saying not now, whatever reasoning they got for it, right? Respect to all of them, but we legit mad at him when his guy's saying no to him, not the other way around. I can't be mad. I'm gonna keep saying it. I don't think I'm missing it on this one. I ain't mad at nobody that keep trying to fight better fighters and they keep saying anything but yeah, I'm fighting them next. That shit is pissing me off. How do we miss all of that? We like, yeah, man, Cordina. Zepeda, and Zepeda again. Damn it, they keep saying it. They said that man throw 100 punches around. He said Shakur ain't never seen nothing like that. He ain't never faced nobody with that kind of pressure. He go to the body well and everything. He could track you down. Look, he beat up and Mover and Cabrera. He stopped him in 3 rounds? This is what they keep saying. Then as soon as you get to this opportunity, it's like, not right now. Come on, man. There's no way in hell I'm being mad at the fighter. Am I missing it? Am I missing something? Y'all, talk to me. We the family. Am I missing something, y'all? If he's not the one saying no, it's these dudes. Then you left with what you left with. And I said this before. If Tank doesn't end up fighting Loma, he's going to be in a very similar situation. He's going to have to fight somebody less than the guy he was fighting. You get what I'm saying? So it's tough. It's tough, man. It's tough, man. You could put the onus on the fighter because you say, you working with these people, but that's not an indictment on him. He said he's going to see who had opportunities for him. He found somebody that had an opportunity. It should have been what it should have been, but I don't think that's an indictment on Turki and Eddie Hearn as much as it is these fighters picking and choosing what opportunities they take. You get what I'm saying? You can wait for the court to unify. Ain't nothing wrong with that, P. Hunter, but you see what happens in the meantime. And I'm logical, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with what you're saying. You get what I'm saying? So I feel you, but do you see what happens after somebody plays the long game? And notice I'm saying all of this without trying to call him no duck, because I'm past those conversations. But the end of it, because dudes got choices, but they're saying no to opportunities. People want to call that a duck, call it what it is. But Jake Donovan said, to his knowledge, that he hasn't fully stepped away yet. He said it hasn't happened yet. He said the WBC still got to approve Shakur to go forward. So we got to see. You know what I'm saying? We still going to see. Fight for November 2nd is Zepeda versus Tank. The fight's still on the table. It could be. Look, I wouldn't be surprised. You know what I'm saying? Tank, I think he can get the fights. And I don't think it's him targeting anybody, right? I think his team select who he fight. And he handled business, bro. And he ain't got to worry about who he calling this one out and who he gonna fight. I really don't think that dude spend no time like worried about who he gonna fight because he know his team taking care of him. He feel like he got one of the best teams in boxing, and he feel like they're gonna take care of him, and they've been doing that. So, man, kudos to him, man. I just would love to know who he's gonna fight next too, but it ain't gonna be Rayo. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he would have told Truck Cincinnati tried to fight Tank when Truck and him was going back and forth. Oh, he tried to fight Tank. Oh, I get what you're saying, Night Rider. You feel like he would have said it to Truck Simpson when they was going back and forth. This is the thing. This is the thing, bro. And I'm about to drop the link. I like to talk to y'all because this is always a conversation, bro. Over here, you can freely have your opinion and we can chop it up. I ain't telling nobody they wrong. I ain't disagreeing with nothing and nobody. We build it. That's what a good build is. More ties an option unless Core really done with Top Rank, which is probably the case. It's tricky, man. It's tricky, man, because it's like, yeah, it's an option, but are the people that he working with? Is it where at in line do he fall as an option? You get what I'm saying, Thomas? Because we talking about Eddie Hearn. So is he going to be necessarily looking to make a fight with top ranked fighters, or is he going to be looking to make an in-house fight? You get what I'm saying? Which is easier for him to do, to facilitate under the circumstances that Zepeda doesn't accept the fight. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm so it's like, that's why I see it. I'm not completely cool with it, but I get it for what it is. It's no different with what the rest of these dudes would have probably did. Would have more than likely been an in-house fight. And if you over there with Eddie Hearn, that's what he done. And I don't know if he got 35 pounders for him for real. And that's what the talks was initially when people heard that he could be going over there doing business. They're like, well, who he got for him to fight? You know what I'm saying? And I understood that. But that still remains. And people kind of throw that out the window and say, well, nah, why didn't you fight De Los Santos? Then y'all, that's not an Eddie Hearn fighter. He's not gonna go to all these other people first. He gonna go right to his roster. He gonna go with what he know. Am I cool with it? No, but that's he doing right what promoters do. But the fighter is getting all the flack. He don't pick his fights. I don't care who he call out, what he say, who he wants smoke with. Show me when he picking his fights. I get it, man. But then that shit is entertainment, man. Till these dudes start picking their fights, who they want to fight is exactly that. Just them saying who they want to fight. Keyshawn, when Devin Haney action, I see. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Kyle Cooler, blessings, family. How you feeling, bro? Oscar never talked like the Zepeda fight was going to happen for real. You get what I'm saying? He was like, he was double dutching, Kyle. He was double dutching. Like he tried to, he want to sound convincing 1 minute. What I'll say, Kyle, he's convincing when he want to be, but it never convinced me or people like us because he wasn't consistent with his message, right? He was double dutching it. Like it never sounded like he really was trying to put him in there. I don't think so. I don't think he's trying to block out Tank. But even if Roja, even if that were the case, let's say hypothetically it were, how you gonna block him out? He good where he at. He don't need you to facilitate the opportunities for him that some of these other fighters may need. So with them, it's a matter of if them as you know, Tank and his team and Turkey wanting to work together, right? I don't think neither one needs either to be successful, right? But you know, what opportunity would he be able to provide him with that somebody else wouldn't be? Now, if he's on board, if he can get him a Shakur fight, something like that, hell yeah, let's talk it. Let's get it, you know? So it's early, man. We're going to see. But I don't think he blocking him out, though. Because I think he willing to do business with whoever's want to do business with him and whoever reasonable, right? You know what I mean? I just think that the initial, I don't know, want to say introduction to each other was a little different. Like they say one thing, Tank was like the Ferrari, you know, or the Lamborghinis, whichever one he said. You got people still talking about that to this day. So I don't think it's been no clear-cut line of communication probably with them. Aisha, peace and blessings to the queen. How you feeling today? Say we'll make the big fight shot. If Bob will work with him, more time better be a fight for Core. Yeah, that in that regard, right? In that regard, Thomas, yeah, because you hear Robert Garcia say he ain't turning it down. They get the shot. So I think it's an option in terms of that. But when I'm talking about his immediate option, he's not going to be the first option, is what I'm saying, Thomas, if that makes sense, because he over there, obviously, right? And if you talking about Turkey and Eddie Hearn working together to make some shit happen for Shakur, then more than likely Eddie Hearn is going to go with what he know before he goes seek out one of those guys from another promotional company, I would think. And that's exactly what it looked like just happened. You know what I'm saying? That's what it looked like happened. me either. I ain't I just want to know at this point, but I ain't speculating. But I will say this, Kyle. I took the Rio thing off the table. Not I took it off. I played the clip from Robert Garcia saying he wouldn't even be ready for by November. So it's definitely not him. And it's definitely not Pitbull. It's definitely not Shakur. So the rest is what I mean, your guys as good as mine, bro. Know what I mean? So I would just love to know, but we'll know when we know. You know what I'm saying? I ain't stressing over it. Tank got to do what he got to do too. You know what I mean? His career got to continue. If he ain't getting, the biggest opportunity for himself, you know what I mean, then he got to go with the next fight too. You know what I'm saying? Corvus Edmund Designs told the Tank on the card would have been interesting and better in this fight. And so I do have weird thoughts. Man, you know what, P Hunter? It ain't even weird, bro. You know what I mean? You ain't slighting nobody. You just, you know what I mean? Got your matchmaker hat on. It's all good. I mean, yeah, why block out the bag? But again, I think with him, it's a matter of if they want to work together, right? If Tank feels like it's an opportunity that he could provide him with, that his situation that he's in can't, then maybe he'll see a reason to do it. But I think it's on both ends. Do they really want to work together? Because they don't need each other, right? So, and Tank gonna get his bag regardless. He been getting it 30 fights in without Turki. You get what I'm trying to say? He don't necessarily need him to facilitate opportunities the way other guys do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we need all the fights, man. For like Cole would have been put on Tank on blast if he was trying to fight him. Yeah, and again, he can't. It's not that simple, right? Is his team invested? Was they trying to make that fight right now? And like I said, y'all, I'm gonna keep saying it until I see different. I heard that was not on the table. That's why y'all not hearing some of that stuff. More than likely because it wasn't. You can't try to do it by yourself. You get what I'm saying, Don? Like, what could he do by himself? Get what I'm saying? We don't know what the other side is doing. We get a little more from Core because he active as hell on Twitter, right? Get what I'm saying? And I think he moved with some people that facilitated an opportunity that they could provide him with. Eddie Hearn already said he ain't gonna be involved more than likely if he fights Tank. He'll be in the back, play the background. Like he ain't got to be hands on for that. He even admitted. So think about it. When you start listen to what they saying, unfortunately, that just wasn't the option because he wasn't gonna be the guy to facilitate it for him. You get what I'm saying? So I don't think Core could do anything by himself. That's a team effort. Your team got to be invested with you trying to get that opportunity. You can call who you want to call, but you can't make it by yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can't make it by yourself. And that go for both guys. Their teams gotta want that. You know what I'm saying? Their teams got to be invested in fighting each other right now. And I don't think that was the plan for either guy right now. You know what I mean? Nobody thought Loma was going to end up saying he not in the mood. Not the Matrix. Not in the mood is crazy. Emmanuel was good with it. Shout out to my guy Thomas. It was like a mixture of both Jive Turkey trying to block Tank and wanting to get Tank a fight. I feel like to me he trying to lock a Tank options to force Tank his way. I see what you're saying, Kyle. I see what you're saying. But I think ultimately it won't work, right? And why I say that, because if it push come to shove and it's like he want to fight you, his team gonna get him that fight unless you obligated or tied up, right? So good luck trying to do that, right? When the guy that you would probably be essentially blocking out, let's say hypothetically speaking, if he was doing that, would be God's biggest opportunity. So how would that work out for them? You get what I'm saying? That's a little weird. It would be stupid, silly business. You know what I'm saying? But you could see it happening because ego is involved. Change to fight the Ukrainian just what you think about that? Yeah, unification, Ace. If he can't get Loma, absolutely. And I'm going big it up because it's a unification, and I'm not crying about unifications. If he has a title and people have been crying for years, oh, Tank never unified, 30 years old. And he fighting Baranchik or Loma, that's a unification. I'm gonna sit right here and watch him smoke one of their asses. Teach, what's good with it, bro? The fact that I play it straight down the middle and I support both of these dudes, I refuse to call any of them ducks with the information I have. Maybe people got other information that I don't, but I ain't doing that. I'm past that. Shout out to both teams. I feel like that fight gonna happen when it happened. You've heard it from essentially the same message from both sides. Like if there's anything consistent that you got from either side, that fight is gonna happen, and it's gonna happen when it happens. Nobody put no date on it, but they're not ruling it out. and I'm just gonna have to live with that. You know what I mean? I ain't stressing myself over it. Give me good fights in the meantime. The Cordina announcement, I ain't gonna lie, that hit your boy just like a 2-piece in the gut. I ain't gonna lie. 2-piece little biscuit to the gut, though. To the gut, punched me straight in my stomach, Cordina. Boop, boop. I'm like, dang. Woke up, ribs hurting. I'm like, man, dang. Man, you know what I'm saying? But this same token, when you understand what's going on, and once you align yourself with certain people, certain options are they're options, but they're not going to be priority, right? Eddie Hearn is more than likely matchroom fighters are going to be a priority before he reach out to any other guy that has a fight, especially once the initial plan anticipated was no. Then it was like, Eddie was like, no problem, I got you. GM was good with it. You were planning to beat Cordina whole time. You say you think he was planning to beat him the whole time? Roger was good with it, man. How you feeling? Fender Bender, my guy. What's good, bro? Irvin Matt. The ring belt is vacant. 135 right now. I wonder if Tank might go after it. Probably not, because he don't really, you know what I mean? Probably not, though. Probably not. But like I said, everybody's guess is as good as mine, bro. I don't know. Coming on with KO Laws, weight class down too. Shakur definitely getting the stoppage this time. I don't know, Roja. And you know why I say that? Check this out, and we talking. So y'all feel free to tell me if I sound crazy. He belonged at that weight class anyway. He belonged at 135. You get what I'm saying? I think he belonged there from the rip. I think his last fight should have been at 135 all along. I just think he shot himself in the foot with that extra opportunity. I really do. So I don't know. Needs to face activity this year. Hopefully Loma after this. And that's another thing, Thomas, that people got to consider. He want to be active, bro. Like I was hearing some people say he don't be fighting that much. I literally was just hearing people say that. You know what I'm saying? I literally was just hearing people say that. So I don't know, man. Tank will fight Loma. Shakur will fight Peter before they fight each other. I mean, I wouldn't be totally mad at that. You know what I mean? Because long as, again, the key for me, Dante, long as they fight each other. But I ain't about to complain the whole way when I know it's not 100% up to them who they fighting next. And I don't care what nobody say. Prove me otherwise. Prove me wrong. Dudes ain't Tank said it in a recent interview. He don't pick the order. He ain't picking his fights. And it's the same thing for Shakur. So I don't know why it's a surprise when they're not fighting each other next. Let me say this again. You got both fighters on record. You know they don't pick their fights. One saying he don't pick the order. The other guy, you know he's not picking his fights, right? So why is there any surprise that it wouldn't be next when you know that ain't the case? You get what I'm saying? It's very simple. You know what I mean? Yeah, we'll Tank picking weaker competition, bro. And for him to pick Joe, that's he picked that fight. You can't take it for no nigga who said Tank picking weaker competition and he picked Joe Cordina. It's not about taking up. I think you looking at it. I think you're going at it the wrong way, Kurt. It's not about taking up. Tell me one thing I said that ain't been logical. It's not about taking up. I think you looking at it as if he has the option to do what he wants and pick whoever he wants. You feel like he might have had a plethora of all these guys and he picked him. That's not the case. You get what I'm saying? We be filling in blanks with information that we just don't be having. You get what I'm saying? After Zepeda was assuming this is a no, because Jay Donovan said to his knowledge he still ain't stepped aside fully yet. So you get what I'm saying? How do we know what his options are? We know what options are at 35, but what are the options for him? Being is that he's working essentially, it looked like with Eddie Hearn in Turkey. You get what I'm saying? So how is it him that's picking these people? You get what I'm saying? When you got a guy in Zepeda like not right now. Get what I'm saying? D Free, what's good with it? K Causey, what up with it, fam? How you feeling, my guy? Tank said he picked Frank. Tank said he picked Frank. Yeah, sure. I don't think so. K Causey, what it do? So you think he pick his fights? Kind of like the Ryo story? I don't think so. I just don't think so. Thomas, what it do, my guy?
Oh, you got the best hand, man. Just you know, like you said, man, it's wild. It's the business that really come into play. You
Who said he was fighting after Frank also? Who he say? Name that guy. Name that guy. Name that fighter he said he was fighting after Frank. can't hang on to every little word these fighters say. You know what I mean? You can't. People were saying ahead of time, you know, they knew Frank pulled out because he had a bigger opportunity, right?
Yeah, I believe they figured that was the reason why. I mean, for me,
it's an in-house fight. That's, you know, Frank, I forget what Frank was ranked when Tank fought him. That shit made all the sense in the world.
Well, it definitely made sense.
I didn't think it was nobody else he was going to fight. I promise you I didn't.
You potentially could lose both fights. So you can make the most of the fight, right?
Them dudes got to say so. Loma, yeah, they got to say so, but they not facilitating their own fights is what I'm saying, bro. Yeah, they got to say so. They could say yeah and no, but they can't draw up their own options is what I'm saying, Kurt. For example.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'm coming in now.
For example, you had Teofimo, right? He had options, but he had them laid out. He didn't select those options for himself. He just picked the one he wants. So you correct about them having some say so. Yeah, they do. But I think when people making it seem like they're, you know, 100% facilitating the fights by themselves and they're picking the fights by, that wouldn't be the truth. Like I said, Teo was presented with options and he had a choice. So yeah, dudes got a choice. But again, if certain things ain't on the table, like they thought Raymond Muay was on the table for Shakur when he fought Artem. They like, how you pick Artem and he ducked Muay, bro. And then you seen him talking directly to Robert Garcia, and that wasn't even an option. And then people got to kind of retract their statements that it's about understanding the business. We can't tell guys who their options are without knowing. We know what the layout of 135 is, but how do we know that's a realistic option to, you know, with who he's working with? And like I said, when I hear Joe Cordina, he's an Eddie Hearn fighter. That's Eddie Hearn guy. So it's like, it's no surprise there. You get what I'm saying? So when people like, he picked him, did he pick him as much as Eddie Hearn? Yeah, he signed off, but somebody tell me what his options were. Because to my knowledge, now we know it's Cordina, right? But the other option was the Pater. You know what I'm saying? That's so for me, it's like, did he pick him or did Eddie Hearn say the next man up after is it Pater said not right now, whatever the case? You know what I'm saying? So it's tough, man. It's tough. You just can't. You really can't fight unless they picking their fights. I can't. I ain't trying to hear that. And Cordina ain't no trash fighter. He a former champion. He stayed at a weight class too long. And he got sparked. That's my opinion on what I seen. He didn't have the legs. He didn't have the energy or the bounce in his step, and he paid for it. He was right in front of his man getting unloaded on. He don't fight like that. He don't fight like that. Go watch him. Dude really could scrap. That's why I hate to see fighters. I hate when boxers lose because we act like that's he can't fight nobody else good. Said the same thing about Fundora getting stopped by Mendoza. And I would love to see Errol Spence come back and prove people wrong so he could be one more example of why you can't throw fighters away after they lose. It's a lot of guys that got knocked out and come back stronger. It's part of the game. Just because you got knocked out of the weight class where you was trained, shouldn't been there, don't mean when you move up to your next weight class, you get knocked out. What kind of logic is that? When he should have been there, he might feel better at the weight class. How many times you heard people say moving up to the weight class, they're going to be stronger, they're going to feel better, and you actually see that. That could be the case for him, but nobody is even considering that because he took an L. That's crazy.
It's illogic.
You know what I'm saying? Dude fight flat out, and I'll vouch for that. I told y'all the last 5 fights. Told y'all the last 5. Those are quality names. Dudes, no more than what? 1 loss in that stretch. In that stretch, he wasn't fighting no bums. Won a title, sparked Ogawa, defended it a couple good times against solid competition, and then got stopped in his last fight. I'm not throwing the man away saying he's some type of trash, but he shouldn't have got this title fight coming off no knockout loss. I'm with y'all, but nah, he ain't no trash. It's not a bad fight. The setup is bad, and I'm standing on that. The fight is not bad. The setup is bad.
You're right about that.
You know what I'm saying? Give him a fight at 35. Let us at least see that he there. And all right, then maybe people could stomach it. But straight to a title off getting sparked, they like, man, we ain't hearing none of that. You get what I'm saying? And I get it. So it is what it is.
Yo, Josh, you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
You hear me?
Pardon me, bro. I hear you. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, yeah, for sure. I was gonna say like you can't really hold Shakur to the Cepeda situation. If Cepeda's not gonna fight him, he's not gonna fight him. Then on top of that, as far as the Muay Thai, like I think your boy Bob has plans for Muay Thai. I think he thinks that he has something special there. So I don't know if he willing to put that on the line for a top fighter he's no longer working with. So, you know, I think that got to be taken into play.
Right,
The thing
right, Miller
that
Films. You're right. He had multiple fights there. You're right. I did the homework. I never paid attention to the weights that early because I ain't gonna lie, I ain't see the beginning of his career. I've seen Cordina fight about four times. You know what I'm saying? So he can scrap. The dude can fight. You know what I'm saying? But I never paid attention that he actually had fights at that weight class. He did. He definitely did. He said, imagine Tank versus Cordina. You can't imagine it because Tank ain't working with, you know, Matchroom and Eddie Hearn. You know what I'm saying? But it could be, it would have been in play possibly if he was working with him. You get what I'm saying? And I think these situations is different. So I never look at one fight and be like, well, imagine him doing this or imagine that. You get what I'm saying? Think about it. If Shakur would have fought Rolly before Tank did, what would people say, Thomas? What you think? Give me your honest opinion.
they say, you know, he was taking a light touch. People would have said he was taking a light touch. They don't have any faith in Rolly.
You get what I'm saying? Now, is that an indictment on Tank? Absolutely not. But it just goes to show you how people perceive different things. It's like what you want to complain about. You get what I'm saying? If he would have fought him, then people would be like, oh, he's trash. You know what I mean? Call it what it is. They still call him trash. And I ain't saying Tank did something wrong, but just making a point. So I again, I don't know. It's tough because like shit. He fought some people that definitely wasn't on his level too, but we just might overlook it. Maybe some of these dudes has O's next to their name. So, you know, because I heard people say, you know, Cord bringing up a fighter from 35 coming off a knockout loss, and then somebody brought up Hector Garcia coming from 130, but it was like, but he was undefeated though. So I guess that made a difference in people's mind. You get what I'm saying? So it's all how you want to look at it. I don't think he's bringing him up. Like I said, just do the homework. Cordina should have been up a fight ago. He should have been up. Who
I agree with that statement too. He should have been.
Cordina, like I said, his last 5 fights, bro. Whooped on Miko, who was 13-0. I don't know this guy Miko, but I know he's 13-0. Kenichi Ogawa, I know him, 26-1-1. That's who he got the title off. Stopped him in 2 rounds. Then he fought Rachmanov, who was 17-0-1. Good fighter. Beat him. He fought Edward Vasquez. Shout out to my guy Ant McQueen, the professor, 15-1. He beat him, and then he got stopped by Anthony because he should have took his ass to 35, like he said. You know what I'm saying? That's who he beat. Mike Kirkland, what it do, my guy? How you feeling, bro? He's literally a former world champion with a couple title defenses, and we acting like he trashed because he got stopped. That's crazy.
This truly is a testimony to the fact that where you signed to plays a great part in the fights that you do make and get. Because
Tate been fighting undefeated young fighters. Who said he didn't? I don't do no capping. So what's cap? Because I ain't said nothing about Tank not fighting undefeated young fighters. Only thing I said about who he fought was Rolly. I just made a simple point on what people would have called it if it was Shakur fighting him, because he said, imagine Tank fighting Cordina. And I'm like, if Shakur would have fought Rolly before Tank did, people would have called this shit fight. Call it what it is. It's the same difference. So I don't look at one guy's situation and say, well, imagine Shakur doing that. They got 2 totally different situations, man. 2 different teams. You know what I mean? Different guy. Joe fought 4 undefeated fighters, 3 fighters with 1 loss and 18 fights. Joe Cordina got a solid resume, Tay. Shout out to my guy. I thought you were saying me capping. I was like, I don't do no capping. At least we knew Rolly, and Rolly wasn't moving off a TKO loss. See what I'm saying? That's not the point that I'm making. That's you making a point convenient to make a argument or something. The point is not if he was undefeated or coming off a TKO or none of that. All O's ain't created the same. My point is, if Shakur at any point would have fought Rolly Romero and it wasn't Tank, people would have trashed it. Call it what it is. They've been calling Rolly trash for years. They still call him trash after Tank. They still feel like he, you know what I mean? That's not an indictment on Tank. It's just simply me making a point. He would have fought, he would have said trash. So it's whatever. Like I'm not into the, you know, nitpicking and tit for tat. Well, why'd he do this? Well, Tank did. I don't watch boxing like that. That's like a high school way of thinking. One guy does this, so you got to think about what if this guy did it? Like what? They got 2 totally different. One guy is really a free agent. One guy is in a situation that he's been in since he's been there, and it's been working for him. He's been working with the same team for the most part, should I say? I mean, Mike Kirkland, salute to my brother, always supporting the grind. for the good boxing talk. As always, I appreciate you as always.
Shout out to the good brother Mike Hurd.
Always, man. Shout out to you. Hope you doing well over there.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Shout out to my brother, the big homie, Hardcore Boxing News, my guy Jay Hardcore in the Cash App, showing love as well.
And we ain't
Shout
never
out
got
to
to
you,
box
bro.
again.
Right.
Well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
But the one thing that I have reservations about that we don't have no proof of is the fact that there was maybe a term sheet extended that said, "Hey, let's fight and you get 30 and I get 70." If you do get to 30, it's still going to be significantly more than what you're going to make against Cordina. So I hope that wasn't the case. I hope he didn't get that and turned it down.
Yeah, I mean, because then we got to speak on it. Then we got to call it out. You know what I'm saying? And that's not me trying to tear him down as a fighter. That's me telling y'all the real. And at any point, y'all.
No, there's no tear down because
I'm just, it's just my guy, but we calling it straight, man. If I get that news or that information and it's solid, I'm speaking on it. You know what I mean? And like I said, last time I spoke to my guy that be reaching out to them folks, getting that information, man, he was like, that's not an offer. Like, he see all the narratives too. He was like, bro, that's not even an offer, and you can't turn down something that's not offered to you. It's simple. And I'm gonna go with it. Everything I've gotten up until this point been solid. There's two real solid people that reach out and gotten me right with information, and I've never had to retract a single thing I've said. Dude literally told me who Tank was fighting before certain people knew that you would think was supposed to know. And we knew, and he was right. I mean, so going forward, that's real because I don't think that either guy was in each other's plans right now for the next fight.
I don't think so either. I mean, I think that ultimately the monkey bar and the wrench was Loma backing out of the fight and not being ready to make the fight right now is the thing that got Tank in the twos. And I think just the contract situation for Cord.
Right.
You gotta give validity to the fact that where you are affects greatly who you fight.
Right.
I mean, it's just a fact.
Said, yeah, right. I think he made a mistake. I think it's early. You know what I mean? I think it's early to see if he made a mistake just yet. Right. I know this is one fight that people don't like, so they're not feeling it, and it's cool. But like I said, context is everything to me. If it was never any mention of Joe Cordina, of Zepeda, and it was just like, oh, you over here, and then it's Joe Cordina, I'm 100% like probably flipping, like very annoyed at it. But knowing that it's the same situation that it's always been, and people conveniently ignore that bit of information just so they could complain all day. I don't know how you can speak on this situation without saying that. What is it paid at 31-0 at this point? Coming off a knockout?
Yeah.
Third round? You get what I'm trying to say? So it's like, I can't mention, oh, he's fighting Cordina without saying, well, this was the better guy over here, Mr. 100 punches around. So you know what I'm saying? For me, like, how do you get from that situation? You like, well, Core's doing this. He ain't doing shit. He can't make these fights by himself. It's the same shit that been going on since he got there.
Well,
they ordered Pitbull and Shakur. Remember? Remember they ordered it? They literally ordered it. The man said it's gonna be like a dog chasing a cat. And people overlooked it and say, oh, he's fighting this guy. I keep every time y'all mention somebody outside of the cash cow, like all those a lot of those other dudes, they get these opportunities and they say, cool. Shout out to Edwin De Los Santos, man. Shout out to him. I really mean that. Shout out to him. Good fighter, not he needed. He said, yeah, when people was consistently saying no, that man had to run down a list, bro. He had to run down a list. So shout out to the ones that really be wanting to make these fights, man. Because like I said, in 22, I ain't never heard him turn down nothing. I heard him say no to 25%. But outside of that, and that that's whatever. But outside of that, I ain't hear him turning down offers and turning down fights. I ain't never going to indict him for who he fighting. Can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Unless you handpicking, subpar guys. And
I understand what Kurt's saying. He's saying that's the nature of how it goes, though. People gonna do that. They're gonna compare it. They're gonna say this. They're gonna say that. Like,
but it's a little. It's
more nuance to that.
Because if you understand business, then you understand not two situations are the same. So if a guy, obviously a guy that's working with Eddie Hearn, his opportunities, especially in terms of what's priority, are going to be much different from the guy that's on the other side. That's it's like boxing 101. We all know that dudes are going to look to make fights in house before they're going to look to extend outside of that, and that's the unfortunate side, because more times than not, the best fights are going to be outside of one's promotional brand. And you get what I'm saying? So Eddie Hearn don't got the fighters at 35. So you get what I'm saying? So for him to really be able to put Shakur in position to say you did right by him, you're going to have to reach out to these other people, but can't fully knock them because they reached out.
So you got to give them a fight, and I understand that. So, like, to me, like, there's only one person I think here in the boxing scene that's picking and choosing who he wants to fight, and that's Canelo. He got that status that no other fighter has. So, you know, he gets away with that because he done put in, I guess, the work. They feel like he can do that because you're going to get wherever Canelo shows, the fans will show.
Right.
And show big, and you can also sell some pay-per-views off of that as well. But people going to let him fight.
Shout out to Damon. What's good with it?
That being said,
F the fans. He also said, if you say F me, I'm saying F you too. I'm not gonna keep going off of what he said. Y'all can argue about that stuff. I really don't care. Again, context is everything. I don't think I left a single thing out and nothing that I said. We just got different point of views, and that's all good because over here it's always welcome. People be wanting me to overanalyze tweets and shit like that, talking about what this one said, what that one said. These fighters say a lot of stuff. It's not just him. It's not just him. A lot of these fighters say a lot of stuff. So I'm really stuck on what he said because he specified specifically, if you are saying F me, I'm saying F you. And then he also responded to people saying that he not screaming Tank name. I done did all of that stuff. Y'all want me to do all of this stuff again? Ain't no way he can make this fight by himself. His job is to be ready. And I agree with him. And just from then on, focus on your bag and what you're doing. So what's wrong with him saying, you know, he focusing on his bag? I'm not the fan comment. That's on him. That's for him to sort out. But ain't nothing wrong with a guy saying they focusing on their bag. When in the meantime, that's what's been going on the whole time anyway. Dudes are supposed to focus on your bag and what you doing.
Webster.
It is what it is, you know.
Absolute fact. That should have been gone a long time ago because Jackson Marina has definitely beat him. But I'm gonna say this though. I think that you say something bad about Maxie Hughes. Maxie Hughes absolutely destroyed a fighter who was, quote unquote, I mean by his own standards, undisputed in Cambosis, and it wasn't even close. Like what my man Zepeda did to him wasn't something that normally happens to Maxie Hughes. So, you know, Zepeda is a decent fighter, yet still he don't want to fight. So, like, you can't hold Shakur to that either. And I mean, it's not a look that
how is boxing has become about blaming guys for you know, taking opportunities that are presented to them. We in the dark about a lot, but we keep staying stuck on stupid and thinking God's supposed to stay on standstill for any one guy. That shit don't work like that. Boxing don't work like that. And I said this before, you know, with all that, you know, over analyzing what decision he made, like shit, that shit ain't easy. Everybody said go to the PBC. That's not the answer to his problems. How many fighters on that roster dealing with inactivity? You telling a guy that's saying one of the things he want to make sure is that he active. You telling him to go to a situation that could potentially lead to him being inactive, all with the hopes of getting one fight, and then nobody has no idea when, you know, either team is really truly invested. Yeah, we heard what the fighter said, but the teams, I ain't hearing both teams. Either team sound like that's what the next plan is. That's all. Sound like it's gonna happen when it happens, but that plan ain't what people think it is. It's business as usual. I'm telling you. And neither guy can be blamed for who the other guy is fighting if they wasn't offered nothing with each other, if it wasn't no deal or no offer in place for them to fight each other. That's the miscommunication. You hear more flack about Shakur than a guy that you know undoubtedly was in negotiations and say not in the move. You hear more complaining about Cordina than the guy in Williams Zepeda that said essentially possibly not right now.
Nah,
You get what I'm saying? I don't see how we skip the steps and just to complain. So it's like that's why I can't flip out, because it's the same old song and dance. You got a better guy in mind, and then it's like it's something that stops it, and then it's the story of 135 for you, for real.
Yeah, and honestly, man, like you said, if it's one way for one person, it's one way for them all. They all have to be held to that same accountability. You can't tell somebody,
Boxing Novice, what's good, family? How you feeling, bro?
you're upset with this fighter because he did this, but you're not with this
Vito, name the fighter. Talk to me. This is a conversation, bro. This is what this is. It's no right or wrong answers. I'm not a right or wrong person. And it's always a discussion, always a build, never an argument.
And then on top of that, you know this also, the fight is not.
It's all good. We chopping it up, bro. And you could come up if you want to, bro. You know
Yeah, that's Kurt, come on, big boy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. In terms of her profile, I always think that's one of those things where I feel like it's more perception than reality. I don't think profiles start taking a hit until you start losing and things like that. You know what I mean? Bad performance, I think you could take a hit. But again, I think that's more perception than anything. You know what I mean? The goal is to keep winning and winning, you know, impressively, making it not be close. You know what I mean? I just don't feel like, you know, if you really understand what's going on, what could he do? And what throw the name out there right now that you feel like he should fight. That's all. And we could chop it up. That's that simple. We'll say it, but what's the realistic options? And keep in mind, where he's at and who he's dealing with. So again, the options that people are saying are they're options, but I don't know if they're priority. You get what I'm saying? And that's the unfortunate part, because instead of them looking for the absolute best fight, they're gonna look for something that suits them and that's easy for them to make and put together, right? And I can understand it to a degree, but if you're trying to avoid backlash and things being said, you feel like you get them somebody different. You know what I'm saying? So I understand it, but again, who? Throw them out there. You know what I'm saying? Throw them out there. So my niece Els, appreciate you, Don, man. Much love, man. You already know. So shout out to you, bro. Eddie Hearn only gets big fights for UK fighters. He get them paid, feed them plenty of title shots. Yeah, and that's what he doing, looking out for his guys. So I got the eyebrow raised right now for Eddie Hearn. You know what I'm saying? I want to see how this experiment gonna go. I heard this was a one fight thing, one fight deal, or situation. So we'll see. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? I ain't jumping.
On top of that, though, Just, man, it's not like the fight with Zepeda can't be made. It's not like the fight with Tank can't be made. I mean, these fights can be made.
Deal with Eddie is not a bad thing. I mean, so who was he supposed to deal with? That's what I'm saying. Like, who was he supposed to deal with? I don't understand. Like, we be having all the answers for these fighters. We complain about everything they do. What the hell is he supposed to do? Let me guess. Go to PVC, right? Go to PVC. So what was he supposed to do? Go to PVC. Matchroom ain't got no 35 fighters, and people say PVC ain't got no dates. So where do you go? See what I'm saying? It's easy to just come up with something, right? Yeah, I said that from the rip. So again, when we talk about choices, what are the choices when you over there with Eddie? And again, chose to go with him. If it's a one fight situation, what's the harm in that? It's a fight. Get that fight, beat that ass, get that bag, and proceed with the next fight. Simple and plain. You know what I mean? Zepeda said no. They had a better fight for you, an undefeated guy that they said was a pressure fighter, and we know the rest. So I'm not about to keep spinning in circles about this. Like, it is what it is. Let's see what happens. Right now it's Cordina. Let's see. You know what I'm saying? Top Rank had better fights than Cordina. Boy, man, y'all don't get it, man. Top Rank also was trying to lock him into a long-term deal that he didn't want to lock into because he felt like that would stop him from being able to make the big fights. The fact that he's working with a guy where he doesn't have to deal with long-term deals at least puts him in position to make fights down the line instead of being tied into a 5-fight or 5-fight situation or something with Top Rank. So again, we don't know what's best for that man, but I don't think another long-term deal with Top Rank was ideal. So sometimes you gotta make the decision that's best for you, and it might not been going right back to Top Rank. So they could do what? Play the same game that they've been playing. Oh yeah, we can get you Loma. You heard him. As soon as you sign back, yeah, we can get you the Lomachenko fight. You going? So you playing that game again, right?
You know,
especially after trying to devalue him on the way out, you think that's supposed to influence him to want to come back to you? See what I'm saying? So we don't know what the best option was for him. You know what I mean? His goal is to get paid. They prize fighter, you're supposed to get paid and try to get the best opportunities possible. And again, we keep ignoring that some of these better opportunities are walking away. You know what I'm saying? Doing other stuff. So,
yeah, I didn't believe that.
who has the best situation, not just fights, the best situation. So again, one fight deal is not no harm in that. I don't see it. I don't see the issue.
I don't even think Bob even had his best interest in heart. Man, he didn't want him to get these fights, man. He didn't even want him to get what's his name? What's his name?
Shout out to my guy Kirk Douglas, man. I appreciate you always showing up. Right. I'm not a right or wrong guy. That's why you would never hear me tell you I disagree with you, bro. Because that when people do that, they trying to be right. I never do that. We just build. You know what I mean? We just build. Shout out to my
and we ain't never got to box again. Well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
This is the deal with Eddie. Eddie out there making fights with other promotional companies. That's one thing that we do know. So, like, he got to hold him to that standard. Like, yo, I'm going to fight this fight, but I'm going to need you to get me some people in the fights that I am with you.
Right.
So your cash, he got good cash with other promotional companies. I mean, he's done business with each and every single one of them. So, I mean, he definitely has a way of making fights happen. So hopefully, that will lead to a Loma fight, or it will lead to a Sabina fight.
Right. Or I see you, Knight Rider. You're right. But again, he's also said that he wouldn't be the one to facilitate that fight. You know what I mean? He probably have to be hands off for that, or play the background for that. You get what I'm saying? The only way he's involved in that, if Shakur wanted him to be, but when you think about the history of Eddie Hearn and Tank, they don't really like each other. So you think he really want to do business with Eddie? So I never thought Eddie Hearn was going to be the facilitator to that fight. I think if you bring Turki in the mix, you might have something different going on. You get what I'm saying? But again, a one fight situation ain't bad at all. Rob, what it do, my guy? How you feeling? Great to start your career, but that's about it. After your contract done, leave. I mean, he did it. That's what he did, but they still like, he should have. So again, I'm a guy that I don't have all the answers for him. I just know it's difficult to navigate that maze and try to figure out who has the best situation for you. But I think, like he said, if he's keeping it on some short-term deal, the 1 or the 2 fight situations, I think that's smarter for him moving forward. No long-term lockdown. So when somebody, when that fight is really available for you, you don't have a promotional company trying to stop you from doing it. And I think signing back the top rank is just more games for them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Why should he have to re-sign for some, what is it, another 5 fights or something to get a Lomachenko fight? The man in 21, 22 fights for you. Like, you get what I'm saying, bro? 3 division champ, you should have been got him a fight like that. But it's more games, so it's tough. You just go with who got the best opportunities for you. And it might not just be necessarily just the fight in and of itself. It could be the situation. So it's not just about any one fight. It's about the situation, especially if you're playing a long game. But again, I'm not bummed out as long as you stand on what you're saying and not doing anything long term, because you don't need it. You know what I'm saying? Don't need it. Zach B, what's good with it, fam? He's doing 1 fight deals. Yeah, I don't think he had to either, Zach. I don't think so. I don't think he has to go there for that. Loma wasn't going there, and they was about to fight. So that dispels that. See how that go? Dean, by any means, my guy. What's good with it, bro? Happy birthday to the birthday girl. I make sure she knows that I appreciate all y'all and the birthday.
Happy birthday to your baby girl, man.
Man, she has to be a 50-teen-year-old,
50-teen. She precocious, huh? She know a little bit more than she should.
A little bit about.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
God, Dean, man, with a stink on his resume.
Damon Webster said it right though.
Like hustling backwards, it doesn't build up big fights. You notice that we'll have, like, I get it. I hear all of this, but like, what do you expect him to do? every move he makes, somebody would have had something to complain about. I think at this point, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I don't think it was nothing he could have did that people want to overanalyze. They do it all the time.
Yeah,
you know they do it all the time. You know what I mean? But allowing yourself to be put on the undercard, you got to think he is a free agent right now. So it's like situation's just a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, man. I don't know. This is not somebody that's some super ticket seller where that can't work. It just is what it is. It's a different situation. It's not ideal. I don't think so, but I'm willing to see how this play out. Like I said, I got my eyebrow raised already because if it's gonna be more of the same with these empty promises, I could get you this fight, and then that don't happen, and then you keep fighting lesser guys. Like that's where my mind is at right now. But Joe Cordina, like I said, is a good fighter, but under these circumstances, it's tough to sell it to people. Dodge J, what's good with it, fan? Master Deceivers, get your money, man. International currency, Stevenson. I'm telling you, international call. They ain't like that, man. International call. Salute to my bro Dean, man. I appreciate you, fam. What's that? Bob protects his favorites like they did, but yeah, I don't think Corey was on his favorites though, man. I think what's the name is his favorite for real, Loma. That's like his unofficial son. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Coley born devaluing you. I'm supposed to stay. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's tough, and you notice none of that stuff, Damon. They was talking about him like he was the next thing, right? All the way until it got to the end, then you noticed all the energy switched, and they started talking negative, trying to make him look less than typical stuff, man. It's bad business, it's a shady game, but I think they tried to devalue him on the way out with hopes that he would have no other choice but to re-sign with them. And I don't think that worked the way they thought it would. He still sound like he still got options. So look, man, I can't say what's best for him. I know where the fighter's at. I know who got what fighter. But if these dudes are talking about working with other promoters, and that's the whole reason dudes are trying to work with Turki, because he's supposed to be willing to work with these other promoters to make these fights. He essentially supposed to be eliminating the size of the street garbage and all that. So it's very early. We still got to wait and see. Gotta wait and see. I ain't about to overreact. I'm not, again, I ain't jumping out my seat, but I ain't going crazy, man. Shakur, beat his ass and move on. You know what I'm saying? And go get you a better fight the next trip. You know, on the 18th, Sunday. Tell her happy. Appreciate you, Zach B. Man, appreciate you. I've said Shakur fighting Tank. Yeah, absolute nobody. Nah. Cordina is a former champion, Zach. He's a former champion, former world champion, bro. Like I said, his last 5 fights, just go check him out. Go look at his last 4 wins. All credible, couple title defenses in that mix. People just they ain't doing the homework. You know what I mean? He fought quality guys at 130. It's just he unproven and don't have well, you know what? I'm lying. He did fight at 35 too, because bro did mention that. Look, fought some guy, Gavin Gwayne, who was 11-0 at 35. This was at 134. Yeah, that's obviously at lightweight. Andy Townhead, 22-4. His ass was at 135. Sean Dodd, 15-3-1. He was at lightweight. 19-5. Hakeem Ben Ali, lightweight. Lee Connolly was even heavier. That's early in his career. So look, he fought, and that's about doing that homework. Bro pointed that out to me because I didn't catch this initially. 1, 2, 3, 4. He actually had 4 fights at lightweight before. He actually had 4 fights at lightweight. I had 4 of them. And arguably that could be the reason why his body was telling him to go his ass back up anyway, because he probably tried to shrink down to 130 and it was working for him while he was young. That shit caught up to him against Anthony Case. He got his ass stopped. You know what I'm saying? Got his ass stopped. I don't think he do much better than Shakur. I think he's a little better than what people giving him credit for. Just a little bit better, right? I can't dismiss him. It's a ton of guys that are not world champions or former world champions with multiple title defenses on guys' resumes, right? But it's not an ideal setup. The setup stinks like some fresh poop that I just stepped in, you know. Discouraged review happens at all. Does it happen next? I don't think so. Nah, it never was happening next. TM was good with the 2 fights in 1 year for Shakur. Is actually nice to see. Yeah, you got to stay active, bro. You got to stay active. And I think I listen to what he say, not just some of what he say to be mad at, right? You know what I mean? He did say that. He spoke about activity, not being on standstills, you know, chasing the bag and you know, keeping it moving. And I think as long as you do that, you keep yourself in a good light, man. You know what I mean? Hold yourself in a relatively good light. So you just got to do what you got to do. Got to do what you got to do, man. But we do get Beterbiev and Bivol. That's the undisputed fight that people needed to see. I think that fight only ends two ways, either by knockout for Beterbiev or decision by Bivol. I think Fabio Worley and Fraser Clark is a banger of a rematch. Chris Eubank should do what Chris Eubank do against this dude Kamil Sermeta. It's a decent card. It's not bad. It's not bad. You know what I'm saying? It's not bad. The next fight for both of them, right? It's tough. Knight Rider is tough, bro. It's tough. But like I said, I think we put a lot of blame on the fighters and not enough on the business and the guy and guys' teams. You know, when people be invested in making fights, man. You know what I'm saying? Called him Tank got busy. You know that the Zepeda thing was already in place before that, right? You know that, right? You know the purse bid situation was already in play before this alleged phone call. Yeah, I know that, right? And this was Jake Donovan saying, you know, closest to I have to official update now from three parties involved. He said, though not WBC, was today's purse bid was postponed. And then he also said this right here. You say he saw Turkey's post. Shakur still has to get approval from the WBC to move forward with Cordina fight. To do that, Zepeda has to step aside. That has not happened yet. So that's a little bit of, you know, whatever, more confusion, I would say. I mean, he's trying to clear it up, but it's like they going full gung-ho with the Cordina, so, you know, it's weak. He said he got a call. Yeah, he said he got a call, but I ain't say he didn't. I said, you know, this happened. This purse bid existed before that phone call. You do know that. That's all I said. You do know that. And I think people ignoring that. I think they ignoring it. So I ain't really stuck on that phone call. My thing is this. Do you see how? Let me just make this make sense. Do you see how Tank and Loma was in negotiations and it's public knowledge that Loma said not right now and walked away from negotiations, right? Why would it be such a secret if him and Shakur were negotiating? Why is it such a secret? And if he really walked away and turned down offers, why wouldn't that be also public knowledge the same way they made it public that Loma walked away? It's only logical. You get what I'm saying? It's only logical. They'd be like, hey, man, look, Lomachenko walked away from negotiations. He said he's not in the mood, X, Y, and Z. So that left Tank to find another opponent. Now, if Shakur did the same thing as Loma, why would it be a secret? And why would everybody be so close-lipped about it and nobody want to come out and speak on it the same way they put it out when it was Loma? You get what I'm saying? That don't sound like that makes sense to y'all? Why is it so much mystery and speculation? That's because I don't think the reality is that they've gotten there and people just think it, but I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's a Zepeda bid, Cash. They saying it's postponed, though. Jake Donovan said he learned today that it had been postponed, and he's saying in order for him to move forward, you know, Zepeda would have to step aside. He said that has not happened yet. That's what he was saying. I mean, so make of it what you will. I just know he's a pretty credible guy, and he don't just post, you know, just to get attention. You know what I'm saying? Take some step aside money and paternal leave money. You stupid, bro. Oh, he said they came from directly from Loma's team. Well, take some step aside money, paternal leave money. Did he? Did he? Oh man, that's funny. And the first highlights I saw was him getting beat to a grape. It was a good fight. Yeah, that's what they're gonna show because that was the last time he was in there, Zach. That was the last time he was in there. So rightfully so, he gonna get that same treatment everybody else got. You get recorded getting sparked out. You get recorded getting sparked out. They all on your ass, you know. You know the sanction bodies do what they want, especially WBC. Yeah, Turkey can slide Suleiman some bread. That done. Yeah, but you know, it'd be too much like right, Cash, if they delivered it like that. You know what I mean? If everybody from YouTube channels, fans, and on promoters shitting on me, yeah. Everybody, yeah, I'm telling you. So he like, yo, you damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like I've heard people complain about everything. It just ain't nothing you could do. You can't make people happy. You gotta keep it moving. Just gotta keep it moving. Yeah. Oh yeah. Not. Oh, him being motivated. Now, yeah, that came directly from his team. That's what I'm saying. So that type of shit is tough. It's tough, man. That shit is tough, especially when you you know, when you got that kind of opportunity looming over your head. You would think you'd be all over it, but I get it. You know, I mean, this dude been fighting for a long time. He was a amateur for an extremely long time. He was late turning pro. I think he was like 26. Dude got about 400 amateur fights. He put a lot of miles on his body. That's why it's no surprise that you know, he toward the end of his joint. I'm not sure. I gotta look that up. Shout out to the Grady twins. WBC already had to go ahead. Yeah, nah, he's saying the WBC, he said Mauricio Sulaiman's mother passed away. So he's saying they wasn't present. He wasn't present. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't present with this, but he's saying that the purse bid was postponed. And then he even talked about the poster and said how he needs the WBC to say, yeah, with that. I would rather them say no. Hell nah, fight Zepeda. I swear I would rather say no. No, don't sanction this fight. Don't approve of it. Fights makes Zepeda fight. You know what I'm saying? Make his ass fight. You probably won't. Well, you probably won't. You never know. Tony Reviews, what's good with it? He said, is Shakur trying to swerve Zepeda? No. Zepeda, the whole reason is this shit like that. His ass. That's his ass doing that. You know what I mean? That's his ass. That's his ass dragging his feet, bro. Dragging them feet, man. Yeah, I would rather them say no, Rob. I would love if they said no. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, man. Shout out to everybody rocking with your boy, man. Y'all make sure you hit the like button, man. We're going to rock out for a bit more, man. Yeah, I would much rather them say no. But look, I ain't tripping. Beat his ass then. You know, beat his ass. But I truly hope this ain't a Dmitrii Andre 2.0 situation, all jokes aside. I hope that this is just a blip, a hiccup, whatever you want to call it. Like, I definitely ain't trying to hear, like, the next go-round, when you telling me he's supposed to fight somebody of substance and that don't happen, I can't. I'm off board with him. You know what I'm saying? I'm off board. So I'll hear his ass on the clock, bro, because he get these fighters, he sign these fighters, or he do business, and then you end up not getting the opportunities. We don't need to see him go on no European tour or no UK tour. We don't none of that. We don't need to see him do none of that. So I hope this is a one-off situation. Like I said, I hope what Jake Donovan is saying is truth, and I hope Zepeda find a way to, you know, I wish, but I just don't know, man. I can only hope. Boxing has been full of surprises lately and BS news, so we don't know who's fighting who no more. Shout out to Melanie Queen. I appreciate you, Queen, as always, man. Yeah, Zepeda, they saying he's, I don't know, it sound like some feet being dragged. I don't know. Shit is confusing. I'm tired already. You know what I mean? Fight ain't even here and I already got a headache. But I don't know. Shout out to Beterbiev and Bivol, man. We needed this fight for boxing, man. That's what's important too. We get another undisputed fight. Let it be what it be, man. Let it be. JB Sports, what's good with it, fam? The Patriots having a big one to spend time with his family. Yeah, we know. Yeah, that we talked about it. So Shakur staying acting as a pay what happened. I heard about the February fight too. Shout out to JB Sports, man. Appreciate you stopping through. Right. So that's what I said. Like, I noticed I did this conversation without really saying duck, but it's a ripple effect because people don't pay attention to the details and put things in its proper context. I'm hearing that fight could be on board for February as well for Shakur and Zepeda, but at least with it not coming right now, it allows people to push the narratives and run rampant, man. Shout out to my guy Fender Bender. It's all good. All good. Man, shout out. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. I'm going to cook for a couple more minutes, man. But aside from this overall, this is a solid card, bro. I ain't mad at it, man. They could have done better. Yeah, boxing could always do better, but I'm just tired of these fighters not being available when it's time to fight. And then we get in second tier, third tier type fights and matchups. So it is what it is. Joe Cordina is a good fighter, but whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever. In the Mexican generation, yeah, they've been. Nah, I think that the card is solid. It's not a bad card. It's not a bad card. It just ain't stacked or nothing like that. You know what I mean? I don't think it's stacked, but it don't have to be. You got Ben Whitaker, Scott Nicholson up there, Jay Opataya. You got Fabio Wardley, like I said, Fraser Clark. That's a rematch. That's gonna be a good fight. Chris Eubank on there. You know, Core and Cordina. Bivol, Beterbiev. Not too bad. Not too shabby. You know what I mean? It ain't the worst card. You know what I mean? Yeah, co-main. So that's the part that threw me for a loop, though. The fact that you want to stick him on there as a co-main and not a main event. But I don't think he probably care as long as they got his bag together. You get what I'm saying? As long as they got it, and it's a different audience he able to fight on. You got to think this ain't a top ranked card. You know what I mean? And even though this is a title fight, it's not a bigger fight than his undisputed fight at light heavyweight. You get what I'm saying? So it's an order of priority. Like what people are thinking about is him being over there with top rank, where obviously he was some type of priority, right? So they was going to make sure he kept headlining his own shows. But I think the circumstances and situation change when you are now find yourself being a free agent. There's some flexibility there. So you got to be willing to accept different opportunities. And that's what I think this is. And kudos to him for not, not having too much ego or whatever the case and just want to keep it moving. So I think that's what it is. And let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens. But to my knowledge, the big fight wasn't on the table. And you got a guy in Zepeda that is still in the win. So we'll see. You know what I mean? Tyron got some fighters on that card. Do they? I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't think so. I don't think they do. I don't think so. As a matter of fact, I don't think so. I don't think they got none up there, though. There's undercard, the co-main, just to make it sound good. Says undercard, that co-main just... Yeah, I mean, undercard, co-main, however you want to look at it. You know, it's the fight before the main event, so it's a co-main event, but it is what it is. Co-main, every fight got a co-main for the most part. You know what I mean? The fight right before a main event. That's always the co-main. You know what I mean? Shit, if Wilder could do it, why can't he? You know what I mean? Didn't Wilder do it? And Wilder and AJ fight on the same card. Feel what I'm saying? Hell with that ego, go get that bag. The show's still gonna be the show. People still gonna see you. You know what I mean? You still getting paid. That's all I think. That's all. As long as he getting paid, I think. I show Bob Aram name on promoters. I wonder. My bad. I'm tripping. I think it's because of I don't know. They might be promoting too. Yeah, it might be some co-promotion because they had a couple. Hold on, let me look at the flyer again real quick, man. Hold on, because they got top rank. So I think it's gonna be aired on there too. So that it's aired on top. It's gonna be aired on ESPN. Queensberry Matchroom with his own. Look like some co-promotion joint. That's what it looked like because it better be right, Gertz. Teal can get away with Steve freaking Claggett. We can take Cordina. And again, I'm glad you brought that up real quick just to make the point, right? With Tio, the difference with his situation, we know he had 4 fighters on the table. And as a fighter, he's entitled to make a choice, right? Kenneth Sims, Elvis Rodriguez, Raymond Moratai, and Steve Claggett. We know he picked Steve Claggett. With Shakur, we assume it was Tank first, Zepeda, and Joe Cordina just came out of nowhere. But the first option I don't think was ever on the table, like I said, and I'm staying consistent on that. Zepeda was there, and so on and so forth. Now you get left with the BS. So it's a difference in being presented with 4 options, and 3 of those options potentially looking like better fights on paper, and then you choose a guy like a Steve Claggett or a Cordina. But I don't know if he had 4 options on the table. You know what I'm saying? I don't know that to be true. I don't know it. They put that out there with Tio. That's why I say, man, Some of this stuff you ain't got to guess, man. That shit gonna come out into the wash. So if he had an option or opportunity to fight 4 guys and you choose Cordina, hell yeah, I'm looking at him both eyebrows up like, what you doing? But it looked like more of the same bullshit happening. You know what I'm saying? One guy say no, and then a lesser guy say yeah, and then you got to fight. It's that simple. Is his boot smoked by dude? Yeah, he did. Needs to stop. They said it. They saying it already. Why you mad? What's good with it? Go get that bag, because he the one putting in that work. Yeah, he got to work, bro. But most important thing is not turning down smoke. Can't be mad at the person that's continuing to move forward, man. You got to do what you got to do. Coming off several wins. Yeah, but the point is, see that again, we could justify all that, right? We could justify all of it, but he got 7 losses. See how you would clean that up for him? But my point is it's no indictment on Claggett, but what I'm saying is we'll crucify a guy that didn't have those 4 options. He didn't pick the least guy, you know what I mean? He picked the guy with the most losses and then try to justify it. Now, I think Claggett had a wealth of experience and he throw a lot of punches and all that, but they thought that was going to be a more winnable fight, more suitable to his liking, and it ended up being a little rougher than he thought. You know what I'm saying? But he fought his way out of it, though. You know what I'm saying? But it's different. Pay like a main event. Yeah, that's what it is, Damon. That's what it is. Yeah, man, he got to, yo. Got to. Jackson's out accordingly. His personal life just that personal life, yeah. Yeah, shout out to Tank, man. They team do great business for him, man. Put him in position, line him up, and he knock him down. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, that's just what it is, you know what I'm saying? So we didn't know about him having 4 options, you know what I'm saying? So and then saying, hey, give me Cordina. That's what people are, that's how they spinning this. They looking at it like that. Like he like, yeah. I hear people saying he bringing Cordina up from 130. He doing this. He doing that. Like, what the hell? Like, man, that man should have been there the last fight. That's why his ass got stopped playing around with your health, man. And for the record, Cordina had about 4 or 5 fights before this point at 35. So all these people saying he got pulled up to 35 like he never been there might want to look on his resume again, because he has several fights at 135. Several. Before it seemed like he settled in at 130, a sweet spot, and he had a hell of a run. Had a nice little run, should I say, at 130. I mean, snatched up the IBF, defended it a couple times. You know what I'm saying? He should have left on the high note, though. Should have left on a high note. Strong defender, Frank Martin isn't risky with his Cordina. It all depends on who you're talking to. I don't really care about what the fighters be saying about other fighters. All fighters are a risk, man. He's just talking like he got sour grapes, Cash. He's sour grapes. He's a little salty, man. We don't got no love for Frank. Get what I'm saying? A little salty about that little that Frank Martin needed, bro. You know what I'm saying? He ain't feeling it. He ain't feeling it. Good time to get a highlight KO. I'm not for sure though, right? Because why I say this, just because one guy knocks you out don't mean for sure you're getting in there to get knocked out again. And the reason I'm saying is, think about it. I'm glad that somebody pointed out that he fought at 135 before, because look, he had fights there and then came back down, campaigned for a while at 130, knowing he should have been at 135 and not took that last opportunity, and he got knocked out. You get what I'm saying? Stop TKO. That told me, man, your weight cut affected you and you should have went up. You get what I'm saying? So you already know he had history of fighting at a higher weight. He came down. Now he'll be going back up. So this ain't his first fight at 35. You get what I'm saying? This ain't his first fight at 35. But it's a title shot that I don't think he should be getting for real. You know what I mean? Between, I wouldn't care if they went out way about the career I support both. Yeah, man. I mean, I rock with him both from my view. I just be wanting to see the best opportunities for these dudes so they could keep proving they worth. You know what I mean? Keep showing you, you know what I mean? Only way we're gonna know who the best if they mix it up, and they be bleeding us dry sometimes with these matchups before they give them to us, man. You know? They do, they bleed us. And Cordina talking about a fight once at 130. I know Shock wanted to fight him. I'm not for sure about Shakur though. Yeah. Nah, look. I understand like what people saying when it's not the opponent that it should be. You got to make an example out of him, and I agree, make an example out of him. But for the simple fact that he's a pure boxer, I'm not expecting knockout. But I'd like to see him let his hands go surgical and barely beat on this dude. I would love to see a knockout, right? But I would never start demanding that from him because he's not a knockout artist. But I do demand, levels of separation in the ring in terms of boxing fan. This the bar he set. So I want to see clear separation, nothing struggle. But I think Joe Cordina is just a little better than what people give him credit for. But I'm not about to say that he's on Shakur's level. I don't believe that. You know what I'm saying? So Devin, when he lost his belt at the county first swinging on homeboy behind 3 people. Yeah, they still on his helmet. And he ain't even connect. Shout out to Dad, man. I'm glad he walked away from that situation because it could always get worse. The longer you stick around, the worse it'll get. So kudos to him because he got up out of there. Got up out of there, and it was smart. It was a good move on his behalf. Good move on his behalf, man. Shout out to Debbie. But look, man, this is what it is, man. We're going to rock out for 10 more minutes, man. Appreciate all y'all coming through, rocking out with your boy, man, chopping it up about this card. Tonight, though, pro box, we got Jarrett Hurd versus Jeison Rosario. And look, it's like a crossroads type of fight for those dudes. It's a must-win situation for both of them. Neither guy could afford a loss. I think if either guy lose, they probably really contemplate retirement. You know what I mean? Probably really consider retirement. I like Jarrett Hurd. He was a former unified champion, had a nice run. His style was very risky because he took a lot of shots, and that shit could be that shit catch up to you. You know what I'm saying? As it did him, but he's back tonight against Rosario, man. I'm going with Jarrett Hurd. I'm going with Swift, man. I think Swift could pull it out. You know what I'm saying? I think Swift could pull it out. Might turn out like Bam versus Sonny. Dallas to a version. Damn. Dallas to a version of Bam and Sonny. Sheesh. Man, sheesh. But I think Jarrett Hurd could pull this off, man. He ain't got no choice, really. Man, so much stuff out that's crazy, man. But yeah, I'm y'all tune in. Pro Box be over delivering with these cards, man. Let me see something really quick though, because I do want to see who else is up here. Let me see something, man. Michael Angeletti, he's a good fighter. Michael Angeletti's on his card. Dominic Valle, Craig Lewis, Ivan Dyko. Oh, they got a nice little lineup. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fights. Okay. Pro Box looks solid tonight. Look like they're going to deliver another peaceful one. You already know William Old School. Appreciate y'all, man. I know people ain't too excited to talk about this card, but it is what it is. It's boxing. We had to build on it. We had to give it its just due, like we always do. Her had the nerve to talk about Dev and he fight on YouTube. Y'all, man, y'all wrong, man. Y'all wrong. I don't know. Look, I get it. People talk shit, but at the end of the day, man, I always try to have the conversations that build the sport up rather than tear it down. That's why I take a totally different approach rather than complaining about everything, because it ain't gonna solve it or change anything. It is what it is. Boxing is boxing. We don't always get what we want, but a lot of times they do get it right. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times they do get it right. We waited for years for Tyson versus Holyfield, Manny versus Floyd. Just glad we got it right. And I don't think it's too late for I don't think it's too late for that fight. You get what I'm saying, Mike? I don't think it's too late. Hold on, I got you. 1 second. Man, what time is this tonight, man? Damn, why don't I got the time? I don't got the time. That's weak. I gotta look it up. I don't see the time. Time it starts on Pro Box. You saying Showbox? You sound like me, Mark. Saying Showbox. We sounded low. You still miss Showbox a little bit too, huh? Welcome to everyone. Oh, okay. We'll be starting early tonight around 6:15 p.m. with our first of 5 fights going live. Oh, so they saying 6:45, y'all. So we'll be wrapping up just in time. 6:45, y'all. They saying that's where it start at. You know what I mean? The first of 5 fights. They got a 5-fight joint. So let's see. To pay to fight in Red Catch on September 6th is disheartening. Is he? I told. Hold on, bro. He about yo. And then but Damon, they mad at Core. And he keep doing shit like that. See what I'm saying? Not gonna lie, I got 10 on it. No sanction by me. You stupid fender bender. You a fool. You a fool, man. You a fool, bro. But 6:45, Mark West. 6:45, bro, for the first fight to start the kickoff for Pro Box. Shout out to Pro Box. Paulie in the gang, man. Him and Chris Algieri over there doing that thing. But yeah, I think it'd be a good fight. Jose Zepeda, not William. Oh, Jose, my bad. My bad. I ain't know which one. I just thought, I'm thinking Zepeda, man. I'm Zepeda out. Gertz. You already know, Mark. I'm Zepeda out. I'm thinking he was talking about that one. I'm like, who? Red Catch. Yeah. Oh, that's good. Because you talking about Jose. All right, obviously Jose Zepeda. Ivan Red Catch. Where they fighting at? 47 or 40? You know what I'm saying? Did he go up or he staying put? Red Catch still hanging in there, bro. Red Catch is still hanging in there. But, man, shout out to everybody in the building, man. I appreciate y'all pulling up. Salute to everybody. Put a birthday wishes for my baby girl, man. We going to make sure we enjoy this time when I jump up off of here, man. Y'all make sure y'all enjoy the rest of this good Wednesday, too, man. And they might copyright me for this, but I got to play this because this was extremely funny. Shout out to Showbiz. That man is a fool. But I got to play this. I edited it out. I have to. This was funny. I came across this. I thought it was funny. This shit was hilarious, bro. It was hilarious. Showbox is nice. Better than Talking Boxing for sure. Oh, man. Man, Showbox, Pro Box or Showbox for your daughter's birthday. Just realized, appreciate that, Mike Kirkland. Always supporting and showing love, man. Appreciate the birthday wishes. I will let the baby girl know.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, right. well. I already been getting these, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Shout out to my brother Mike Kirkland, man. Always showing love. Appreciate you, Dodge J. Much love, family. I don't know what it is with kids and phones, but they got phones and they'll never answer. Is it just me, or do anybody else got a hard time getting their kid to answer the phone? Probably just me, huh? Kid ain't got no love. She get on my nerves, man. Let me go outside. I know that's where she at. But y'all check. I seen this little funny edit by Showbiz, bro. Man. Yeah, I've been saying, I still be saying Showbox too. Well, I do. He says Showbox is nice, better than talking boxing for sure. Shit. I love talking this boxing. I love it. You know what I mean? I love it. You feel me? I love it. But let me play this little edit. This shit was funny, y'all. I ain't gonna hold you. It was funny. Reef said the Undisputed Boxing game come out soon. Yeah, it do. Come out for consoles, which is cool because they need to hurry up and get that thing out. You dig? But check this. This is pure comedy. Showbiz having a lot of fun with boxing right now.
I'm the one that's talking all that stuff without me. Y'all will be just fine and live. When I need attention, I don't ask permission. It's right prerogative. I'm acting crazy. I really do care. That's right prerogative. I fell fostering only in my left hand. Crashing out is how I live. Y'all asking questions. Was my racism real? No, I'm not a racist. Well, maybe just a little bit. Now my brother trying hard to make it right. Remember long ago when I used to fight? I'm the one that's talking all that stuff without me. Y'all will be just fine and live. When I need attention, I don't have permission. It's right prerogative.
Right prerogative.
It's the way that I Instagram.
It's right prerogative.
I am what I am, that's all that I am.
It's right prerogative.
If you're a Muslim or a Jew,
it's right prerogative.
I love you too. This bus for you.
Tell me why I can't run. Without asking Turki for Henny.
Yo, man, that guy is a full-blown fool, man. Shout out to Showbiz, man. I probably have to edit that out, but I had to play that. Shout out to Showbiz. That's his work. That's funny, bro. He just be having so much fun with this boxing. He always reminds you, just have fun with this stuff, man. Have fun, be, you know, be on point and build on this great boxing. You stupid, Will. As a musician, this hurts my ears. I see so what to do, KBSR, Mark West. But again, man, he said this can't be a real person. Ace, my guy. Listen, man, appreciate y'all. Appreciate the birthday wishes for my baby girl. Much love. Y'all always support holding your boy down. Another dope build. Like Cook, man. We be right back tomorrow, Thursday, to build on this great sport of boxing with another good boxing conversation, man. So y'all make sure I enjoy the rest of this Wednesday. I'm going to make sure me and baby girl and the fam enjoy the rest of this Wednesday. We're going to have some fun. And we'll be back tomorrow to build on this great sport of boxing. So with that, we can get up out of here. Peace to the fan. Love.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes, got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it, this channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdu shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. $4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
It's funny sometimes. You just don't want to laughing at you.
Don't even try. Get your crybaby ass in the back seat. Nigga, these little kids have more heart than your motherfucking ass.
Man, fuck that. I'm riding the front.
I don't give a fuck what you say. You better get your ass in that back seat or walk home. Or get your ass beat. Get in the front, homeboy. You, get up in the front. Let's roll.
By the way, alcoholic, what were you thinking? I mean, popping tick.
Ce surpriză! se pare că e conflict. Nu se tervească să vedem dacă piciorul în continuare. Hai băi,
Yo, they, oh man, look at my baby girl, y'all.
Hi.
Hey, baby girl, happy birthday.
Thank you.
You cheesing. You ready to enjoy this day? Say what's up. Say peace to the chat, baby girl.
Peace, guys.
That's my baby girl, Kyla. Happy 15th birthday. We're going to have some fun. So I'm ending the show. I just wanted you to jump on here for a second and say what's up to the family, baby girl. I will see you in a second, man. Okay?
Okay. Bye, everybody. Thanks for supporting my dad. Bye.
Talk to him. See you later, baby girl. Bye. Much love to everybody, man. But I will see all of y'all tomorrow for sure, man. Fender Bender, my guy Ace, William Old School, and the rest of the gang, man. All love to y'all, and we out.